Are those on-air signs new? Or am I
No.
just looking at it for the, yeah. Okay.
You can go.
All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Village of Royal Palm Beach Special Magistrate Hearing for Wednesday, April 8th, 2026. According to Verizon, it's 5:33, so we can get started. My name is Doug McGibbon. I'm the Special Magistrate. First thing we're going to do is swear everyone in. Everyone raise your right hand, say I do, and we're done. Does everyone swear or affirm the testimony they're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Everyone does. Excellent. All right, most of our hearings today are either going to be fine assessment hearings or violation hearings. When you hear your name being called, please pop up to that microphone over there. Give us your name and your address. The village attorney will try to show you some documents to see whether you object to them or not. And then they will put on some testimony of their code officer. You can question their officer. You can question their documents. You can put on your own witnesses. You can put on your own documents. When all is said and done, I get to make a decision. That all flips when we get to the fine mitigation hearings. Those people have been through a violation hearing and a fine assessment hearing. They're asking for relief, so they get to go first, and then the village gets to respond. As I said, I'll probably be swearing more people in as strays walk in because we just had another two wander in the back. So with that being said, please take it away, Village of Royal Palm.
Special Magistrate Amity Barnard, Village Attorney. We're starting on page 1 of the agenda, irreparable, irreversible hearings, case 26-0196, 10229 Okeechobee Boulevard, Cobblestone Village at Royal Palm Beach.
Good evening, Special Magistrate. My name is Andrew. I'm the NT Code Inspector
Fine.
with the
Is this
Village
a
of Royal
cozy
Palm
case?
Beach.
Go to the podium.
Come on up.
Yep, thank you. Are you turned on?
Code section 6195, 1216, 1218, 1252, 1254, 142, 143, 21.5, 8, 26-89F. The property not kept free of unsanitary conditions with exposed garbage and discharge into the stormwater system. I observed the violation on 2/21/26. The notice of violation, notice of hearing was sent certified mail on 2/25/26 and posted. I'd like to submit the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1 is a notice of violation, notice of hearing with an affidavit of service. Exhibit 2 is a verification of ownership. Exhibit 3 are the pictures. Exhibit 4 is the site plan, and Exhibit 5 is the affidavit of compliance.
Your name, sir?
Jing Chen, and my last name is G.
Spell your last name?
E as a George, E as an Eagle, just G-E.
G-E. What was your first name?
J-U-N-C-H-E-N.
And what's your relation to the Cobblestone Village?
We are, I'm the owner of one of the restaurants in there, so I'm a tenant.
You're a tenant. Okay,
Yes.
great, thank you. For the exhibits that the village would like to enter into the record, Exhibit 1 is the affidavit of service, the notice of violation and notice of hearing, as well as the signed certified mail that we got back. Exhibit 2 is verification of ownership showing who owns the property. Exhibit 3 is dated photographs of the violations. Exhibit 4 is the site plan for the plaza. And Exhibit 5 is the affidavit of compliance. Do you have any objection to these documents being entered?
No.
All right, admitted without objection. We look at stuff. All right, you have a signed green card for service.
Special Magistrate, the issue at hand here is that behind the unit is a dry retention for storm drainage, and they were dumping oil or food material or some sort of liquid into the retention area. And you can see through the pictures, there's the food, and there's a pile of oil that was dumped out.
Show them with this. You can't see your.
Yeah, it's being circled with the mouse. So it was cleaned up eventually, but it went on for a couple of days.
Okay, so dumping behind the restaurant, basically.
And it was cited as an irreparable, irreversible, because obviously once it's done, you can't undo what was done. And as the code officer testified, it occurred for 6 days, so we're asking for a fine for those 6 days of $300 per day, so that's an $1,800 fine, and not continuing.
All right, so they're saying that there was dumpage out behind the restaurant. People were just throwing things into the preserve area. Dry retention, actually, but okay. Was that going on?
Yeah, right after we got the letter from the city, we fixed it already. I have pictures and the videos I took in my phone last Sunday that everything has been cleaned up.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're gonna keep it that way. Just no dumping, no nothing in the back door area.
Yeah, well, you're supposed to have grease disposal stuff where you put it in there. I've had problems with Mangonia Park where people were dumping grease into storm drains, which was a big issue with the storm drain system because it clogs up. All right, so they're asking for a $300 a day fine for the period of time that you were, if found in violation. I've seen them ask for $5,000 a day before, so this is kind of low. So, okay, everyone's pretty much on agreement. He's fixed it. He's not going to do it again now that you figured it out.
Dates of the violation were 2/21 to 2/26. As we said, it was 6 days, so
2/21,
he's
2/26.
correct. It's been complied. There's an affidavit of compliance in the file, but it is
My
irreparable.
only question to him now is, you said you have documentation showing when you fixed it up. What date was that?
Well, I only took the picture and the video on Sunday.
Okay,
But the
so it
date-
was after the dates of the, okay.
After we got the mail, because we
Yeah,
don't,
no, I was just trying to see if I could knock a day or two off, but you don't have pictures to let me do that, so I guess I get to stick with the $300 per day for the 6 days, creating a $1,800 fine.
Pictures that the village has are from the last day.
Just saying, if he had one the day before where he had cleaned everything up and done it, I might have knocked off a day, but he doesn't, so life goes on. Okay. So 6 days, $1,800, no continuing, don't do it again? Okay. And I already said you had a signed green card.
Thank you, I'm sorry.
Not a problem. I kind of know what you want.
Thank you, sir.
thank you.
All right, next is finest.
By the way, I see your ads all over my Facebook feed, so something's working in advertising. You guys can go.
Fine assessment hearings, case 25-1135, 760 Royal Palm Beach Boulevard, Josefina and Jose Alberto Torres Sr.
I'd like to submit the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1 is the order finding a violation with an affidavit of service. Exhibit 2 is the verification of ownership. Exhibit 3 are the pictures, and Exhibit 4 is the permit information.
Okay.
Josefina Torre, 716 Royal Palm Beach Boulevard.
Thank you. And you were here, were you sworn in? You were? Okay, great.
Right hand that came up last.
These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter into the record. Exhibit 1 is the affidavit of service for the previous order finding violation. Page 2 of that order. Exhibit 2 is verification of ownership showing that you own the property. Is the dated photograph of the violation, excuse me, Exhibit 3 is the dated photograph of the violation. And Exhibit 4 is the village's permit printout sheet. Do you have any objection to these documents being entered? Just the documents, and then you can explain to the magistrate what is going
Okay.
on.
Mi hija speak English, me a little English.
Only a little English. Do you have a translator?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you can come up.
Please.
There, you want me to say it again to her?
My daughter.
Yeah, yeah. Were you sworn to?
Yes, she was.
What's your name? These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter into the record. I'll pause so you can say that to her. Do you want to translate that to her or no?
She has it on her phone.
Okay. So do you guys have any objection to these documents being entered into the record? No. Okay.
All right, admitted without objection. We have a shed somewhere. Service via posting, by the way. You couldn't get any closer, could you? It's like the telephoto shot from down the street. All right. So we have a shed in the backyard, and we don't have a permit for a shed in the backyard. All right. Does she have a permit for the shed in the backyard? What? She has one now? Let me see.
Lo tengo aquí. Ella lo solicitó, pero no me han dado respuesta.
She said that they submitted it, but she hasn't got a response.
No, ella lo puso. Pero aquí.
They also saying they have the permit.
All right, so they have a, what are we looking for, a BLD number or a project number? Show it to her.
If they have a permit, it would be a permit number.
I think they said they've applied.
No te el permiso.
Ella lo solicitó. Ella lo mandó la señora.
She said that it was submitted.
The application?
Míralo aquí, míralo aquí. Ella lo mandó aquí.
That's what she said.
All right, so we're getting there.
Of course. Okay. So they started a permit on March 22nd. And it looks like it was came into us on March 24th. It was reviewed and sent back to the applicant for, they didn't have a contract, a data sheet, or a survey. So basically, they started the project, it looks like, and didn't, just typed in the information and submitted it. Didn't send any documentation.
All right, well, I see she has a survey in her hand, so,
Yes, but it went back, it is sitting it was actually sent back to us today at 5:16 PM.
okay. So you're going to get a comment back from the village that says you don't have some documents you need to put into the record.
She's already had that comment. She got that back on March 24th.
Well, I don't know that she actually saw it because a lot of people don't know to check, so that's why I'm trying to tell her. So you got a comment back from the village that said you needed to add some more documentation. And I don't know if she's checked her email or if it went into the spam file or whatever, but she needs to finish it by providing the documents that they were asking for. One of which is a survey, which I saw you in your hand. So someone needs to come by and bring that into the village so they can,
She did that. That
She did.
was submitted tonight at
Tonight,
5:16 PM. That's what I'm telling you.
okay, so she actually submitted the survey. Does she need anything else other than the survey, a contractor, what you
Well,
said?
We didn't know what she was doing, so it'll be reviewed now. She
Okay.
submitted the contractor data sheet and a survey.
Okay, so it's in,
They'll look and see if
If she
she's
needs
meeting any
anything
setbacks
more,
and
or-
if it's on there.
okay. Which means that she's at least trying, so what do we want to do?
I'm sorry, your prior order was from February 13th requiring compliance by 3/26. So they submitted their application 4 days before your compliance deadline. So we would ask you to start a fine. They can always come back for mitigation, but they
Yeah,
waited
you're-
quite a while to get a submittal in.
Yeah, and the shed's not even marked on the survey where they're putting it, unless this is it here, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think the shed probably exists, doesn't it?
Yeah, but they should be marking it, because some people do have more than one shed on their property, so they should be marking what they're doing. The reviewer's going to send it back. They're not going to accept it like this.
All right, you see what's going to happen. there's probably going to ask for more information. So she needs to comply by drawing a circle or highlighting the area where the shed's going to be or where the shed actually is. All right, so what I'm going to have to do now is I'm probably going to have to sign the fine order, but at the end of our docket, we have all these people coming in for fine reductions. So you're going to come in for a fine reduction once the permit has been issued, because the permit will stop the fines. And then you'll come in and you'll tell me that you applied before the deadline and you didn't know that you had to do some more things, and we'll work it out then, okay? So the fine's going to be what, 25 a day?
13 days out of compliance, so
So it's
325 and
325
continuing.
plus continuing, and then you're going to fix the issues with the permit so you can get it issued, because they need some more information, and that will stop the fine, and then you'll come back for a fine reduction, okay? All right, 325 plus continuing is granted.
Page 2, repeat violation hearings, case 26-0122, 133J Court, Lisa D. Haser.
Margaret Hancock, Code Enforcement Officer for the Village of Royal Palm. Code Section 2317, parking on or over the sidewalk. I observed this violation on 2/10/26, sent out notice of violation, notice of hearing on 2/12/26, and I received the green card signed, not dated, on 2/18/26. I'd like to enter those following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of repeat violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, previous order finding violation. Exhibit 3, verification ownership. Exhibit 4, picture. Exhibit 5, affidavit of compliance.
Okay.
Names for the record?
Lisa D. Hazer.
Hazer.
What's your name, sir?
Hazer.
Derek Haser, thank you. Enter into the record, Exhibit 1 is the notice of hearing for tonight's hearing. Exhibit 2 is the previous order finding violation. Page 2 of that order, copy of the certified mail that was sent. Exhibit 3 is verification of ownership showing that you own the property. Exhibit 4 is dated photographs of the violation. And Exhibit 5 is an affidavit of compliance. Any objection to these documents being entered? Thank you.
All right, admitted without objection. We have a signed green card for service. Okay. All right, so they say you were parking over the sidewalk and that you fixed it, and how many days, how many dollars were you asking
Was
for?
out of compliance from 227. I'm sorry, 210 to 226. It complied 227, so that's 17 days. We're asking for a $50 a day fine, so $850 and not continuing.
The city came and told us we had to move it out of the road, so I had no choice.
They were doing paving during that time as well. They paved the road that time.
It was either park on the grass or pull over the sidewalk.
We pulled it in the driveway so that way it wouldn't kill the grass.
They were supposed to come back and tell us when they were finished, but nobody came over.
So we waited a couple extra days and then we moved it back to where it was, that's all.
Okay, so we seem to have an extenuating circumstance here. If I see the village's machines in my neighborhood too, they're grinding the asphalt tops to millings and they're taking it out. You know, you all seem to have a lot of concern for parking on your weeds, but you know, it's the dry season, everything's dead until now, and everything's
Didn't want to
starting.
park it on the grass.
This is going to be either way. We keep
Yeah.
getting for parking on the grass or
Well, you
parking
can
over
park on the
sidewalks.
grass as long as you're parking in the direction of traffic.
Any room on the swell? There's not enough room for all the cars.
Right, but we try not to park on the grass because we don't want to kill the grass because then we get a fine again, so no.
Okay.
Though we'd only have the front lawn to park on, not the
Right.
swell.
All right, so given the fact that they're paving in front of the house and that was making issues for their parking, I'm just going to do the 25 instead of 50 a day to make it 425 for the 17 days. Kind of reduced your fine already.
I kept telling the guy we can't do it. He kept coming over to complain, so there's nothing I can do about it.
All right.
I mean, we had no choice. It's either, we couldn't park on the street at the time.
Next time I'm just going to tell him no.
Understood, but I see swale area that you could have parked on.
There's 3 cars to park there.
We have 5 cars altogether. We have
I have three of my
three
own.
adults here.
I mean, I understand.
So,
A
I
lot of
mean-
places are hard to park in the village, especially the Willows. You don't have a lot of space between the sidewalk
Yes, but
and the road
we usually
because
don't
of the
have
way
any
it
problem
is.
because we do park out in the street. But again,
Yeah, we have to
they
park-
came and paved. I had no choice.
We have to park
but
one
move that
vehicle
car.
on the street at all times. We don't have enough room to park all of them
Yeah, I mean,
on the swell.
What
either
I'm,
you kill the grass or you park out in the street. We've chosen to park some of the cars out in
Well,
the street.
if you're
but
going to-
They paved. I couldn't leave it out there for them.
all right,
They
what
had
I
to pave.
see is a photograph that has a sidewalk, that has a swale. that
Yeah, and
has area
next time I'll just have to tell them, no, I'm not going to move it out of the street then. I mean, if I'm going to
All
get
right,
fined
we're
for
done
it,
then, because I've tried to do everything I can for you. I've reduced the fine by half.
That was out of our hands because they came and paved
Out
the
of your
road, the
hands,
city,
you
the
could park
county,
on
whatever.
the grass. You had the opportunity to park.
yeah, and they would say that we were parking on the
Opportunity to
grass.
park on the swale, you didn't.
We did. We have 6 automobiles. Everybody
Then
has
you
2
need,
cars.
you need more space to park or you need less people. But if you're going to end up in this situation, that's a problem.
Yeah,
I
but
can, I
believe
can
was-
kick it back to the $50 a day and make it $850.
Well, next time we're just going to have to tell them no then. I mean, I can't get a fine because they want me to do it.
Well, you're going to have to talk to somebody else.
I
But
mean,
right now,
as soon
as it
the
speaks,
road- As soon as
we're-
they said that we could park back on the road again, we did, and we moved everything. So I don't,
now I see available parking spaces there. So $425 for the 17 days, granted.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, next case, please. Don't worry.
Page 3, violation hearings.
No, you're fine. We're going to get an order in the mail.
Violation hearings 26-0124, 12011 Southern Boulevard, Wendy's Properties LLC.
Special Magistrate, the code section is 6-195 for a sunken drainage grate. I observed the violation on 2/13/26. The violation was sent certified mail on 2/13/26 along with a notice of hearing and returned with the USPS tracking. I'd like to submit the following documents and evidence. Exhibit 1 is the notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2 is verification of ownership. Exhibit 3 are the pictures, and Exhibit 4 is the information from engineering.
Your
All
name,
right, sir, your name, please?
Joe Canawall. Joe Canawall. Joe Canawall.
Probably not. Is it on?
They are both on.
Hello.
Put it up here for you.
Can you spell your last name, Joe?
Kanawall.
And what's your relation to the LLC?
Facility manager.
Okay, great. These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter into the record. Exhibit 1 is the notice of hearing, the notice of violation, the USPS tracking delivery confirmation for that notice. Exhibit 2 is verification of ownership showing who owns the property. Exhibit 3 is dated photographs of the violation.
Yep.
And Exhibit 4 is correspondence between the Code Enforcement Department and the Engineering Department. Do you have any objection to these documents being entered?
No.
Thank you, sir.
All right, admitted without objection. Service be via USPS track and confirm.
Thank you.
Okay, so you're working on it, I take it, given the email I see between the departments. So you need to pull a permit, I think.
Process right now, we had our architect engineer meet with the vendor, contractor. He came down from Okeechobee, I came down from Daytona. So we all gathered there, we looked. We met last Thursday on the 2nd, I think it is, Thursday, with Hunter in the building department to discuss what we need to do. So we know that process. So he's in the process of getting his license, insurance, applying for the permit. We already have the engineering part of it, so we just got to get the permit and then make it compliant.
Okay, so
Some time for that, we appreciate it.
not a problem. You will have some time to do that.
We're asking for compliance by May 29th or appearance at the June 10th fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
All right, 529, this is,
More than enough time.
yeah, this is
permits?
April 8th, so that gives you,
Or pretty quick. I mean, as long as you have all the required documents.
Right, right.
That's
Okay.
usually pretty quick.
we're getting it 90% of the way there. It's, I'm pretty lenient if they're almost done, so. All right, you should be able to get this done by 529, or you'll come back here from Daytona on 610 and face a $25 a day fine. It's probably just cheaper for them to fix it. Probably a nice bump as you go over the grate, because it's kind of a little metal pothole. All right, great. Someone will get an order in the mail from Wendy's. If you want an extra copy, give your card to the code enforcement officer, and he will probably give you a copy. Okay?
Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
All right, next, please.
Page 4, middle of the page, case 25-1156, Fairfax Village HOA, Inc.
Code Section 606-190A5, sidewalks are lifted. I observed this violation on 12/31/25, so now notice of violation, notice of hearing on 1/2/26, posted it and hand-delivered it to one of the HOA members. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing, affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures.
Garamone?
What's your last name?
Garamone?
Spell that, please.
Garramone.
What's your relation to the HOA?
I'm a resident in the community and also a board member.
Board member is fine. Okay.
Down here, because I could barely hear you standing right over there.
Sorry.
That's okay. These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter into the record. Exhibit 1 is the affidavit of service for the notice of hearing and notice of violation. Signed certified mail, looks like one came back and one was signed for. Copy. Violation notice itself. Notice of hearing for tonight's hearing. Exhibit 2 is verification of ownership showing who owns the property. Exhibit 3, dated photographs of the violations. Any objection to these documents being entered?
No.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, admitted without objection. Service at least by posting. I don't know about the rest of it. Your trees are not doing you any favors. I'm looking to see where, here's one without a tree. Almost all the others are right next to somebody's tree roots. So I think that's the majority of your problems there, but yeah.
They probably should have never been planted in there.
So, all right, so we have obviously a lot of potential trip hazards. I spent my first job as an attorney, as a PI defense person. we would be so mad at you for leaving these obvious hazards out, because then we'd have to pay. So fortunately, I didn't have that job for long, and it didn't ruin my psyche. But right now, we have an issue. We need to have it fixed. What time frames are you looking at?
We're asking for compliance by the 5/28 date or appearance at the 6/10 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
And you're probably going to tell me you can't do it by then, because it's a lot of stuff, and
We've had some sort of mitigating circumstances. We were working on this project last year as more of a broader scope in replacing the trees on the sidewalk sort of simultaneously, which was going to be in excess of $200,000. So the board was working on it. We were going to the community, getting sort of some direction, probably having to do an assessment. Fast forward to November, the previous board had planned on moving forward to the next stage of notifying residents of the special assessment, and the board changed over. There was a few people, I guess, who didn't really want to do that, and they got enough proxies, they turned over the board. So from November, December until I'd say March, there was a new board in place. And during that time, 2 of the board members left the board, and there was no functioning board for probably a month. About 2 weeks ago, we have a full board intact. The previous board members are on the board now. We're picking up where we left off. In about the last few days, we've gotten a quote for the sidewalks to get done. We've got a signed estimate. We're getting ranges from $20,000 to $100,000. So we were sort of going through that process. I don't think he will be able to get them done in the May timeframe. He's giving me a May timeframe to start, but I don't want to get come back in and then go through the findings. So we think we can get this done, but I don't think it's going to be by May. So I'm asking for more time just for the sidewalks. We'll deal with the trees at a different time, but that's really not an issue. We'd like to do it right rather than just, do what needs to appease the village. So we're going to be removing stuff that, and shaving down and doing everything right. And we have highlighted all the areas that are, hazardous. So there's paint. We've done some things to try to, make them, more noticeable that they're there. But we should have it done. I don't want to speak out of turn because I'm not doing the work, but I would hope by July, end of June, I think, it could be done even in May if everything goes according to plan, but I don't want to. It never does. I don't want to come back and forth.
All right, what's our June meeting cycle? I mean, July. What's our July meeting date? So 7/8. So if I give them till 7/1.
I think we should be fine.
Should be able to handle all of that. From my memories back, I don't even like remembering this stuff. You may want to put some cones and stuff out there just to make it a little bit more visible.
Okay.
But that's up to you. But yeah, I'm going to give you an opportunity. It seems like you had the world's shortest coup.
Yeah, and we weren't getting the notices either. They were going to another management company, apparently, that we had, a previous one, so.
You need to make sure that whatever the notice, they go to the actual board or at least a board member.
You need to check the property appraiser website and the tax collector because that address is where it's wrong. So you need to update that if that's incorrect.
Yeah, I guess we assumed it would be through the Sunbiz, which is more current, but I'll look into that now.
The state law says that they have to do it to the address on the property tax roll.
We'll get that changed.
Because they assume if you're paying your taxes, you're getting the mail there.
Yeah.
But sometimes they aren't paying attention to other things other than the taxes, which is what this seems to be. All right, 7178, what's the amount? $25. Good luck. May the weather be with you.
So we have until the 8th of July. At that point.
You have until the 1st of July.
At that point, any fines would start.
Will not start until the 7/8. If you don't fix it by the 1st of July or the 1st of July on the 2nd, the fines will start.
Okay, all right.
And call the code enforcement officer when it's fixed so she can come do a reinspection.
Will do.
The one thing I forgot from my speech, If you look at my code enforcement orders that I sign, that they prepare, there's only one bold section in the two-page document, and that says, if you fix it, call. Because literally, I live here. I have literally seen people fix things on my way home from a meeting. But they don't get credit for it until they call and get an inspection, because no one ever takes dated photographs to say, hey, this is the date I fixed it on, so they can prove to me that it was done in time. So everyone, please, when you get your stuff done, proudly show it off to the code officer.
Thank you. All right, appreciate it. Thanks.
Near the bottom, 26-0049, 580 North State Road 7, 580 State Road 7 LLC.
Code Section
Got a
622.
question, guys. Were you sworn in? Sworn in. Okay, you guys were, because I know there's some strays in the back that weren't.
Code Section 622, 108.4, 2349, A14, B1017, 22-5. Commercial interior renovations without permits, parking lot in disrepair, striping and markings are faded, handicap signs and stripes are missing, stop sign is in disrepair. I observed this violation on 2/2/26, sent out notice of violation, notice of hearing on 2/2/26. It was signed for on 2/5/26. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures. Exhibit 4, AS400 permit information.
Okay.
For the record,
Jamie Brewer.
Michelle Amir.
I got the first one, but not the second one. Can you spell your name?
Michelle Amir.
You got to spell that one.
First name is Michelle, Michel. Last name Amir, A for Alpha, MIR.
And what are your relations to the LLC?
I'm the Chief Operating Officer.
And I'm the construction manager.
Good enough.
Exhibits that the village would like to enter into the record. Exhibit 1 is the notice of violation. Hearing for tonight's hearing, the signed certified mail that we got back. Exhibit 2 is verification of ownership showing who owns the property. Exhibit 3, dated photographs of the violations. And Exhibit 4 is the village's permit information sheet printed out. Do you have any objection to these documents being entered?
No.
No.
All right, admitted without objection. Look. Signed green card for service. Did a lot of work. Where is this?
Friday, in front of
okay.
BJ's.
BJ's Park, or BJ's Plaza, as I call it. All right, so the long-closed former home for car-owning homeless people, because I used to see them as I'd go to BJ's and leave. It's got a lot of good shady trees for them. So I think that problem was resolved because I haven't seen any cars of homeless people there in quite a while. Now we're out to the Fridays ain't doing so great, and we're going to make it into something else, I assume.
Yes, sir.
It could use some permits for those things.
Sure. So we actually submitted, and we are in the city already with the whole permit for the whole construction.
All right, when was it?
As of, I think it was Monday. And we have a permit number here with us too. As far as the parking, we've been fixing and working with Margaret over for the signs and the striping. We contracted a contractor for it, so the permit for the parking also is going to be in. The handicap sign already been taken care of.
All right. Well, what I see here right now is I haven't seen a permit number after 2019. So if you're applying for a permit, you don't, either you have a BLD number or you have
We
nothing.
have a BLD number.
We do, yeah.
We may have to look.
23536.
Did I say sign green card?
Yes. That they were going to.
We actually hired the private reviewer too, that way it was actually reviewed, so that way we can, win more time.
And did you say you have an engineering permit in, or you're going to apply?
That should be next week.
We hired a contractor for that already.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we didn't inherit a lot of the issues with the property.
Oh, guaranteed.
It's just
We are making efforts to try and make it beautiful and correct all the issues that are there. And have come to see Margaret several times, trying to, work with her as far as getting things done in a timely manner. We want to make it a beautiful property.
Find it?
You got to check your comments.
Okay. Gotcha. So,
Show that area that you're demoing and you're remodeling, but we don't issue a separate permit for the demo. A demo is when you're raising the building.
understood. We have, since that time, we were trying to get the demo permit to be in compliance, did not realize that you didn't do a demo permit. So we were waiting for the architect to complete the full set of plans, which they are completed now, and also bidding out the contractors for the job. That all has been completed, and the
No, you
full
just
set.
need to upload the plans into the system so they can review them.
So do you have all your bids for your contractors? You can't, you have to, we don't piecemeal a permit, so.
Correct.
You can't get a permit to do the interior remodel and then come in later and do a fire alarm and then come in later and do the plumbing. Everything needs to be under that permit. That's how things get missed.
The set of plans that is getting submitted has everything.
Good.
You have to have all those contractors in place. We can't issue a fire alarm permit to your GC because he's not certified to do the fire alarm.
Understood.
And they also need to have the contractor licensed in the village as well, correct?
Yeah.
Which would be you.
Jump the gun a little bit, because you do have to have all those in place to be able to, you have a BLD, but nothing can happen until you have all those other.
Yeah, so they basically have a number and nothing else.
There is no work in the property at all. We stopped everything, and even the dumpsters and everything that was there, everything was taken out. So it should. There shouldn't be any construction there.
Right, but you guys already did work in there. You did.
Yeah, the problem is
tore stuff
you
out.
started and
Yeah.
then you stopped. And you need to get your stuff together, but we'll give you some time.
Appreciate that.
All right, what timings are we looking at? Because
We're
Friday's
asking-
been long dead there.
We're asking for compliance because of what they've done. We're asking for some time, but not a significant amount, to make sure they continue moving forward. But compliance by 4:30 or appearance at the 5:13 fine hearing or $50 a day fine.
4:30, never done. All right, what's our sixth hearing?
6:10.
6:10. So that would be 6:03 for a week beforehand? Give everyone a chance to
The
get.
electric is on at the site, right?
We have a few exterior lights on there, but, there's not.
You have power to the building, is what I'm
Yes,
asking.
we do, yes.
That's really kind of the concern, because they've taken out, like, kitchen equipment and all that kind of stuff, and,
Yeah, I understand that, but, it's like 4:30 is
I understand.
12 days.
What?
Well, no,
Going on since January.
all right.
We too.
extending out the deadline, keeping the 5/13 date, just to keep the pressure on so that they get, because Linda testified that the permit was applied for March 10th. That's a month, and nothing has happened. It's been sitting in their inbox, so.
Actually, the permit was actually started January 27th.
Yeah. All right, so you had 5/13 as a date. Let's back that off a week. That would be
And it's fine, too.
5/10.
Just- Yeah,
because it's basically, did they make it into the paperwork system and is it being done?
engineering permit in, you need to do these things quickly, because like Linda testified, the electric being on and the building half demolished, those are life, I mean, more could be done there than we're doing, so we just want to make sure you get through the permit process quickly.
Okay.
I mean, getting yourself licensed in Royal Palm Beach is a nothing for a contract GC. I mean, as long as you've got licenses somewhere else.
Our general contractor is licensed in the village.
Okay, well, then he has to fill out whatever forms to show that he is a licensed contractor in the village. Got to be identified. All right, so we need to have permits by 5/10 or appear at the 5/13 hearing or face a, what fine?
50.
$50 fine.
And for the parking lot question, since we're doing the construction anyways, after we get the permit issued, for the striping enhancement of a parking lot, can we wait until we finish the construction first and then put it back in? Because, I mean, we will do it again and again if.
Okay. The question is, when the permit is issued, does that relieve the code enforcement problems? No.
For the work without permits, yes, but not for the,
Not for the striping and the parking.
and it's parking lot in disrepair too, so it's not just the striping, it's the condition.
We have a contract with the contractor to have patches, the ceiling, and to seal the whole property again, and then restripe the whole thing again. And fix the sign, the stop sign.
Well, I would think that if they would get the permits and stuff done, nobody would have a problem bifurcating an order beyond that to give you more time,
All right,
as
if
long
they
as
get
you
the
have
permits-
potholes and stuff like that fixed. But you
And-
still, your code inspector found a homeless person in your dumpster area just a couple days ago.
Yesterday, he
So
was on the
You need to
patio.
be having lights
Patio
on over there.
outside.
That's a problem with PBSO. There's been stuff going on there. There's been some vandalism going on there. It needs to be lit up outside.
All right. So
We need some
we need-
attention paid to this
We need
property.
permits and
No, we
potholes.
inherited that problem. I mean,
Yeah, well, we need permits and potholes by 5/10, and then we can give them a little bit more time on the striping.
Yeah, this
Yes.
6/7, 6/10, that bumps it
Okay.
out another month.
This is gonna be in the middle of constructions.
You could have finished permitting this thing in January, and you wouldn't be here at all.
we actually
So-
just purchased the property, though, at that time.
That doesn't relieve you of the
That's what I
responsibility
was-
of permitting what
keeps
you're
saying he
doing. It doesn't
inherited
mean
the
you can buy a
problem. They bought
property,
it.
gut it, and then decide
They
you
bought the
may or may
problem.
not permit it.
May I suggest it's just a suggestion to, can we at least have like just a temporary striping and do the patching and then come back later on and have seal coat the whole parking and do the striping, the final striping at the end? Is that what?
If you call it temporary, I don't care as long as it's striped.
Permit to do that, even striping, they need the same permit.
It's gonna be the same permit.
Okay,
That's gonna be
the
submitted,
same
the engineering
master
permit that's gonna
permit
be
for
submitted next week.
potholes, for parking lots, for kitchens, for plumbing? No. you
Engineering
can't.
permit. That's-
Engineering permit.
Yeah,
It deals with the parking
parking
lot.
lot.
That's not
Building
going to come
permit.
in through your building permit.
Understood. It's just, the thing is that we're gonna make the whole parking, we seal it and then we stripe it, and then the trucks is gonna come in and all the contractors gonna drive on it, and we're just.
Again, if you guys are expeditious on getting your building permits and making sure that that building is safe inside and out, and you have potholes filled in, you can fill those in with a cold patch, right?
Yeah.
To keep somebody from tripping in there or having damage done to cars, because it is parking lot with cross access to other businesses there. I don't think anybody would have a problem giving you an extension on that portion of your code violation
Okay.
at a later hearing.
Okay.
But to do it right now, no, we've had nothing going on, and
Well, actually, you've had things going on, but they just
we
haven't been
just don't really
permitted.
want to bifurcate the order right now.
So, okay. You got to, they're not going to yell at you if you get everything else done, but you got to get everything else done, which is the permitting, both for the building and for engineering permitting for the striping, and you have to fix those holes.
Okay.
So 510, 513, 50.
And then come to that 513 hearing and show us what you've done between, this hearing and that next hearing with regard to the engineering permit and all of that.
Yeah, if you come in and you say, I have an engineering permit, we have the building permit, we are working on everything, and we need a little bit more time before we seal and stripe the parking lot, they won't care, or they will not object to it. So that's what you're hearing from the dais. All right.
Thank you.
510, 513, 50 is granted.
Moving top of page 5, 26-0056, 309 Las Palmas Street, Todd C. and Cleo Ann Reeves.
Code Sections 2318B1, prohibited trailer. I observed this violation on 2/5/26, sent out notice of violation, notice of hearing on 2/6/26, and posted it to the property. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, picture.
Name, sir?
Anthony Marshi,
Thank you. And what's your relation to the property?
tenant.
Tenant, okay. Does the owner know you're here?
Yes.
Okay, great. These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter into the record. Exhibit 1 is the affidavit of service for the notice of violation and notice of hearing. The certified mail came back.
I never had any certified mail. The only thing I got is the one notice I have.
That's right, because it came back to the village return to sender, so somebody didn't accept it.
That's because it didn't go to my address.
It went to the address listed on the property.
I'll start coughing.
That's where we're required by law to send it, yeah.
Do something.
This is a notice of violation, notice of hearing for tonight's hearing. Exhibit 2 is verification of ownership showing who owns the property. And Exhibit 3, a dated photograph of the violation. Any objection to these documents being entered?
The one with the address, but not these, no.
All right, admitted over objection. The address one is just the address. Sir, could you spell your last name, please?
MaschI.
Thank you very much. All right, we have service via posting on this. See what's the thing about the trailer. Is it just too big? Okay, and what's the village's cutoff? 20 feet. So 20-foot trailers are allowed in the village. Is your trailer over 20 feet?
It's over 20 feet, yeah.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Also had the trailer for 5 years sitting in that same spot.
Got away with it for 5 years. Congratulations.
We had a notice here, and then they dismissed it
Well,
5 years ago.
I would have been here 5 years ago. I've been here since 2009.
I'm just saying, I was coming to the meeting, and I was told it was canceled.
Could have been canceled for any number of reasons. All we're doing it is now.
Well, I mean,
And right now, you have a trailer that violates the village code that's been unnoticed for a number of
it
years.
hasn't been unnoticed because they told me to park it, and
A trailer that violates the code, and you haven't been cited until now.
I was notified, and they told me it has to go from the front of the house to the back of the house, which that does.
Okay, and now they're saying, now that they've decided it's too long, and you've admitted it's too long,
Well, it's longer than 20 feet. I mean,
and says no more than 20 feet.
okay.
So you have a choice of getting a different trailer or finding a place for the trailer, and you will be given an opportunity to do so. What dates were you looking at?
Compliance by 5/28 or appearance at the 6/10 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
All right, so you have almost the end of May to figure out what to do with this, whether you move it somewhere else or whether you get a trailer that is compliant. That is up to you. If you do either of those things, though, please call the code enforcement officer when you've done one of the two.
I do have one question. what would be the difference between the toy hauler, which that is, and a camper? Because that has a quarters inside of it like a camper. So in the neighborhood, there's nothing but 40-foot and bigger campers.
All right, I think normally campers are are
They're
individually
different types of
mobile.
vehicle, right, by code. This is a prohibited vehicle by code.
Trailer, it's not a camper. I mean,
I'm not saying it's a camper, it's a toy hauler. So there's a
my neighbor across the street used to have a lovely one, but it's a trailer.
say, we're going to go to the same answer.
If you're looking at an RV, a recreational vehicle,
It has a quarters in it.
it doesn't matter. It doesn't operate under its own power. It doesn't have steering. It's a trailer.
A toy hauler does not operate on its own power. It's pulled.
Understand that, and that's what a trailer is. It's pulled. An RV has steering, a motor. It operates under its own power. It has all these other attributes that the toy hauler does not. If you want to put a motor and steering in it, you may be able to comply. But right now, it's a trailer.
So everywhere in the neighborhood, there's no trailer bigger than 20 feet.
Should not be any trailer bigger than 20 feet. If you want to throw your neighbors under the bus, please call in and complain.
I'd never do that, but I'm just trying to understand where we came up with the 20 feet, because you
You
really,
have to ask the village council when they passed the ordinance. They decided 20 feet is as big as allowable in a single-family home area. If you want to buy a residential house in the acreage, that may be different, I don't know.
came out of
If you
the
want to
acreage 'cause I
buy
like rural farms.
something else in an industrial area, it would probably be allowed. But right now, you're in a single-family residential neighborhood with an oversized trailer, and you'll have until May 28th to figure out what to do with it. Okay? You'll get an order in the mail. Well, the property owner will get an order in the mail, but you've been told.
can we get the notices sent to the address of the house?
No, because Florida statutes requires that the notice be sent to the address on the tax collector's roll.
Okay.
They want to change the address on the tax collector's roll
No, because I
to
got
you.
one notice for me and one notice for him, but I didn't get his.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
we have to send it, I mean, the property owner can put whatever address they want on the tax collector site and the property appraiser site, but we can't change that. The property owner has to do that.
All right,
Okay.
I'll take care of it.
All right, thank you very much. Next, please.
But page 6, 26-0093, 394 South State Road 7, SCG Buckingham Square LLC.
Code Section 622-105.5, Permit 22-1428 has expired for cell tower equipment and electric. This was brought to my attention on 2/5/26. I sent out a notice of violation, notice of hearing on 2/6/26. I emailed it to the property manager as well as posted it on the property. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing, affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. And Exhibit 3, AS 400 permit information.
Your names for the record, please?
Alex Tadros. Diego Osorio.
All right, Alex, spell your last name, please.
Tadros.
I would have messed that up badly. Diego?
Everybody does.
Osorio.
And your relation to the LLC, both of you?
I'm the contractor the permit's under.
And I'm the site operations manager for Crown Castle.
Yep. Manager and contractor. Got it.
Does the owner know that you're here? Yes.
Yes.
Like to enter? Can I set them down on your? No, it's okay. I just didn't want to set it on your stuff.
That's fine.
These are the exhibits the village would like to enter. Exhibit 1 is the affidavit of service for the notice of violation and notice of hearing, the notice of violation itself. Notice hearing for tonight's hearing is this page. Exhibit 2 is verification of ownership showing who owns the property. Exhibit 3 is the village's permit information. Ms. Hancock, do we need this email?
I believe, I did say that I emailed the property owner as well as posted it onto the property.
Okay, so this
I believe that's what that is.
email saying objection to these documents being entered into the record?
No.
All right, admitted without objection. What was the permit for? Do we?
Tower, equipment, and electric.
All right. Wireless co-location. I just had someone come to my little town and get a monopole and a height variance because they wanted to add Verizon to a T-Mobile tower. So spent way too much time on this month. All right, you have a affidavit of service, so you have service. What's going on with the permit, guys?
Dish actually shut down. They closed their doors last year, so no construction has been done at that site.
Okay, so there's a way to get rid of a permit, isn't there? Is there?
Yes, they can request to administratively close a permit.
You need to administratively close the permit by asking to.
Well, the owner needs to. You're the contractor for who, though?
I was the contractor for Dish, but Dish,
Okay.
like I said, there's nobody working there for me to even talk to.
So you're the contractor that's on this permit?
Yes, ma'am.
So you can request to administratively close the permit. It's a $75 fee.
Can we close it right now?
Nope.
You got to wait till that door over there is open, and you got to throw them some money. But you'll probably have weeks or a month to do that, so it's all good.
Website, you can download the form. You'll be able to call the building department. They'll email it to you. Then you can just go right online and pay your fee.
Okay.
Cool. All right, what's the dates?
You have to put in there that no work was done, though.
Sorry?
You are going to have to put that no work was done.
Photos and everything.
Yep,
showing
perfect.
what's done.
Supply all that.
I personally went to the property and I confirmed that nothing was done.
There. Okay.
Nowhere in the ground.
I used to have Dish. It was fine until it rained, and even then it worked most of the time.
That's why they went out of business.
Yeah, no, they went out of business because other cable companies started gobbling stuff. Someone bought Dish. I forgot who.
AT&T probably.
AT&T bought Dish, yeah. So, like I said, gobbling them down. All right, what were your dates, please?
5/28 or appear at the 6:10 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
Wow, they're giving you months to do this. Try to get it done quickly just so you guys don't forget it.
All right.
But there'll be an order entered giving you till May 28th to file your whatever it is to dissolve the permit,
Administratively close.
and administratively close the permit.
Sounds good.
Okay? Someone will get an order in the mail, probably the property owner. And every time I see SGG Buckingham Square, I think of Fleetwood Mac. It's Lindsey Buckingham's one of the guitarists.
All right. Thank you.
All right, next, please.
Fine mitigation hearings, top of page 7, 22-1840, 50 Crestwood Court North, CMC Management.
Crestwood
CMC
Court.
Management. No, 50 Crestwood Court North, yep, CMC Management. That's you? Yes. Okay. Okay, thank you.
Okay. And this is the part of our program where I say it flips because you are the ones asking for relief in this instance. So tell us who you are, tell us why the fine should be reduced, and I'll let the village respond.
Actually, if I could,
Yeah, just read in whatever you need to read
you.
in.
I'd like to submit the following documents to evidence. Exhibit 1 is the fine mitigation request. Exhibit 2 is the order assessing fine. Exhibit 3 is verification of ownership. Exhibit 4 is the affidavit of compliance.
Okay. Now that we've gotten past the docs, tell us who you are and tell us why.
Mr. Magistrate, Scott Lee on behalf of Grandview at Crestwood Condominium Association.
All right, are you
The association, to be clear. And I have the president of the association here, Eric Gordon.
Okay.
What was your last name? I'm sorry, sir?
Lee.
His last name?
Eric Gordon.
Gordon.
Gordon, G-O-R-D-O-N.
Thank you. And Special Magistrate, the fine amount in this case is $51,350.
Mere $51,350.
Can you repeat the fine amount? I didn't hear it.
I know it's surprisingly hard to hear for being that close to each other, but it's $51,350.
Thank you.
All right. Tell me why it should be reduced.
So, Mr. Magistrate, This is not a situation where there was a dangerous condition, an unsightly condition. This was an administrative issue in terms of a permit for a back gate just involving the electrical component. Now, the association was under the rightful impression that the permit was acquired because the association had retained a gate company, Affordable Gate Systems. This is back in January of 2019. And Affordable Gate Systems hired Cardinal Electric, the electrical contractor, to obtain the electrical permit. They were informed, the association that is, that all permits were acquired. In fact, we have an email from the village when we inquired about this issue because we got notice from the village about the lack, supposedly, of an electrical permit for this back gate. We looked into it, we contacted Cardinal Electric, and Cardinal Electric sent back to us a screenshot from the village showing that the approval was given and that the electrical permit was issued and final inspection occurred. So,
you want to show that document to council before you show it to me?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you, Mr. Magistrate. I didn't hear any of that. Okay. What is this?
So this is the screenshot from the village from Stephanie showing that it was final. This is in July 2021 showed. And so we were under the impression it was completed. And this is Cardinal Electric and forwarded that to us. As further background,
Let's stop for a second. Let's give them a chance to look it over. They're looking over their documents and talking, or about to.
All right, having continued until Ms. Walker is finished, and then I have a question for her.
Why don't we just wait for her, and because this is going to be a question about that document or the permit or whatever it is. I don't really want him to go forward without that.
Okay. So there were two different things here. You had a permit for the gate, which you got a permit for one of the things. And then there was permit for the electric that ran underneath the ground. That was permitted. But the permit for the Knox key and everything for fire rescue was not pulled until just recently.
right. And
So there were two different electric permits that needed to be done. Cardinal Electric is who did your underground. Wax Electric came in and pulled your permit for the above ground, but someone else did it. They just pulled the permit to get you where you were okay and get the inspection done.
yeah.
They never gave the gate key codes or whatever to the fire department? Is that
No, that was just done.
just done?
They just got that permit and the final inspection was done last month, I believe.
Yeah, and
When's the
that's
compliance date?
3 years later,
It was
4
in
years
February.
later.
It was in February.
2/18.
Yeah, 2/18, right.
So the permit was pulled this year. I think it was my permit. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it
All
was
right.
mine.
I will admit it for the purposes there, but I will understand your argument that this does not apply. Because I remember these guys, you know. We had 2 or 3 of these gate issues in the village.
It applies to the underground
Right, well, I
electric for the
understand.
gate, but
No,
there were
it applies to
3 permits
underground.
that needed to be done for that gate.
Yeah, no,
The
they
gate,
had
the underground,
underground,
the
they
above ground.
had the gate hardware that opens and closes the gate, but they also needed to provide the fire rescue and village with the codes to get in and out of there because it is a health, safety, lifestyle, or life problem.
Mr. Magistrate, I don't agree. I don't disagree at all with Ms. Walker's recitation of the facts. I just wanted to bring to your attention the fact that the association was, listen, they're not contractors. They hire a gate company who hires the electrician, who then says everything is done. So they don't know how many levels of permitting are necessary for the underground, for the overground, the above ground electrical components. There's a Megatron system that was installed. So of course, I don't disagree with Ms. Walker, but I just bring it to Mr. Magistrate's attention to demonstrate that the association was given the impression by their contractor and the electrical contractor that this was all properly permitted. So they didn't delay, they weren't recalcitrant, they weren't dilatory in their responsibility. And Ms. Walker's correct, once we realized what was going on, we brought in the contractor and we eventually did get this permitted. Now, as further background, this particular gate is in between two communities, and the initial responsibility to deal with these permitting issues was not even the condominium associations. It was the original developer, K. Hovnanian, pursuant to a certain easement agreement, which further mitigates or further demonstrates the lack of dilatory conduct on the part of the association. We're talking about a $50,000+ issue here over one above-ground administrative permit that the association jumped on as soon as it realized it was a problem.
Now, I was here in May of 2023 when Grace Corelli and John Agnoxopoulos,
Yes.
butchered that one, appeared here before me and were told you need to get the gate codes or whatever to the fire department in the village, and they said, okay, we'll get that done. And that was in 2023 on this particular issue, and they never did it.
Well, it was pursued actively, but each and every time that the contractor attempted to complete the permit or get the permit issued, there was another issue that was put before them. So we had contractors who were working on this, not just in the last couple months, for an extended period of time. And again, this is not a situation where there was an unsightly condition. It wasn't dangerous. We had the below-ground permit, so,
You had the above-ground permit, you just did not do the gate.
I'm sorry?
You had the above and below, you just didn't do give the code or clicker or whatever to the fire department in the village.
It was the above-ground electric that they were lacking. And that is fire rescue, and it's life safety for them.
Yeah, and it wasn't.
That's why it was turned over to me.
The case was turned over from fire rescue to you.
That's correct.
You could say something. Say what you want.
Can I add something, just so you know? I've been living on that property for 20-some-odd years, and fortunately, unfortunately, I've been on the board for quite a few years, and I was first president of the board. And dealing with the developer was real difficult because they actually lied to us about something, and we actually sat with Ray Liggins when he was the engineer and went over it, and he called him on the carpet for it. So we have done whatever we can to make things work. That gate hadn't actually been operational for a while because it wasn't working. And so we finally got it operational again, and when we did it, that's when I think this all came up. But there was a while that gate wasn't opening simply because the developer left us with, I hate to use this term, but crappy components, and it just went. So we have spent a lot of money trying to figure this. And from what I understand from when I took over as president from John, who was our property manager, was that every time we were told to do something, they came back to us and said, well, you need to do this now. I don't know the exact story. Then, when Ms. Walker, I think, wasn't involved anymore, and somebody else came on and said, well, no, now you need to do this. And then somebody else came on and said, now you need to do this. That's just what I was told. Now, I wasn't involved in the conversation, but it seemed like every time somebody came on that was new, they told us to do something else. We're not trying to get away with anything, but you're talking about a $50,000 fine against a condominium association that has spent years making sure that we're not asking our residents to pick up a cost that they don't have to. That's a big nut. That's a very big nut on something which I think, and I could be wrong, I'm a layman in this, okay? but I think it's a relatively small project, considering the fact that every time we did it, we were told to do something else. So we were just trying to keep up with the village and what they wanted us to do.
So I'm just going to,
But I wasn't involved in it.
Ms. Walker, just so that you
I
know.
know you are. I see your name.
And it's always been the same thing the entire time. We were on a call. They had fire rescue meet with them to let them know exactly what they needed to do. You guys tried to drag us into the lawsuit between you and Cypress Key. There's an affidavit that you guys sent me that I needed to sign, and we had to pay for our attorney to review for me to sign the affidavit because you were fighting with Cypress Key. So there was ad nauseum conversations that happened, and the stance has always been the above-ground electric needs to be permitted. There has been a staff change, but I have not left code enforcement. I am still the supervisor of code enforcement. So the answers aren't any different. Every time John came in to see me, I told him what needed to be done. It was always the same thing. You guys were working on a survey, working on a survey, working on a survey. That was one of the things that you guys had to submit with your application, was a survey, and things had changed because I guess the fence was originally on part of Cypress Key's property. Don't really know all the ins and outs of it. So you guys needed to get a new survey that showed that differently. There was things that took you guys time, and that might be some of your mitigating circumstance, but I can tell you that my stance and what needed to be done, the direction came from Palm Beach County Fire Rescue, and that's not changed since it was turned over.
I'm just telling you what I was relayed to me. I mean, I know I wasn't involved in the conversation.
I
I know
understand.
you, Ms. Walker, because I wouldn't say it behind, I said it because you're here.
I just wanted to make sure that you understood, though, that it has not changed. It's been the same thing. It was the same thing when Cindy Campbell was your fire inspector, and now it's Don James. It's all been the same, and I'm still in communication with them. They called me immediately and said, hey, I'm hearing this is done. Is it done? So.
Let me address a few things. First, the permit has been issued, so it's not as if this is continuing. This is not an unending story. The story is over. We got the permit 3 months ago, okay? We didn't drag you or the village into a party. We politely, and I think me and you communicated, Ms. Walker, we politely communicated where we asked you to sign an affidavit, a short one, because we were in a lawsuit with the next door neighbor, with the developer, because they were the ones responsible for the gate. You were very professional and polite, and you assisted us. By no means to characterize it, we dragged you into the lawsuit. That's not fair. Secondarily, the parcel ID number for the property that you're citing can't even be located in Palm Beach County Property Appraiser. It's not even clear that this gate is actually on Grandview's property. We're not fighting that issue, but a $50,000 plus fine for a permit, one of 4 permits involving a gate that has nothing to do with the safety or an eyesore of any sort related issue. I mean, it's excessive. We've been working on it. I know it's not at the speed that the village wants, but it's done with. We had trouble getting contractors. We were told that this was permitted by various contractors all along. There were screenshots showing that it was final. I understand that's not for the above ground, but we don't know that. We're being told that by Cardinal Electric. How are we supposed to know the difference when we're being told by Cardinal Electric, the company that's responsible for this, when it says finaled on it, and we thought it was done? And then we've been working on it, and finally we got it done. A $51,000 fine is excessive. It needs to be reduced respectfully. Thank you.
What's your number?
I'm sorry?
What is your number?
I mean, my experience in code enforcement reductions are generally, I appear a lot before the city of Lake Worth Beach. I know it could be different. It's a 90% reduction. So we respectfully request a 90% reduction down to $5,100.
So the village, despite it being a life safety issue, is not opposing reduction, but I would remind the magistrate that across the board percentage reductions are not what is specified in state law. You're to consider the gravity of the violation, the number of cases on the property. There are specified factors in the state law that you're to consider, not an across the board blanket reduction by some percentage. That said, again, we're not opposing reduction, but this is a life safety issue, as was testified by Ms. Walker. This was started by the fire department, and the fire department couldn't get into the property until February of 2026.
After I signed an order in May or March of 2023.
23, so it's almost 3 years later.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
we'd be willing to reduce it, but I'd like to hear what his number is.
Well, he said 5,130.50.
So the village would be willing to reduce it to $11,344.52 payable within 90 days, which would be
11, what's your number again? 11 what?
11,344.52. June 8th. Oh, I'm sorry, that's 60 days. 90 days would be July. July 8th is a weekday.
All right, I get to play Solomon. $8,236 by
July 8th is 90 days.
578. Right in between your number and her number. Dead center.
236.
8,236.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, next.
0159103 Oxford Court, Carol Y. Espada Estate.
Special Magistrate would like to submit the documents into evidence. The fine mitigation request. Exhibit 2 is the order assessing fine. Exhibit 3 is verification of ownership, and Exhibit 4 is the affidavit of compliance.
Okay.
The Oxford?
Yes.
Well, then she's going to go over there into the dead zone where we can't hear anyone. It's all good. All right.
What's your name, ma'am?
Be Swift.
Relation to the property?
I am the new owner. I just purchased the property a couple weeks ago, and I found out there was a lien that was going on here, and unfortunately, the people died in the home. So they died in the home last year, and bless you.
Excuse me, thank you.
And the bank had taken over, and everything was supposed to have been done. I talked to Andrew, and I guess all the pressure cleaning stuff was done for the driveway. And when I took over, I made sure 100%, I even had everything pressure cleaned again to make sure, so the house looks immaculate.
And Special Magistrate, the fine amount is $5,150.
I can't hear you. I'm sorry, I got tendonitis and a head cold on top.
The fine amount is $5,150.
50, okay. All right, so we have an estate, we have a purchase. Do you have a number?
I'm sorry?
Proposed number?
Unfortunately, because the people were deceased, I guess a couple things, the garbage can was left out. Nobody put it into the garage. There wasn't a lot of things wrong with the property. I've only owned it a couple weeks, so I'm hoping that the fine can be taken care of or reduced drastically, because I just came in, I've already got a lot of work to do to the home. Like, I fixed the whole backyard and stuff. It wasn't bad. Like I said, the house was in good shape. The bank said they had taken care of everything. So this was news that there was this fine. Again, I've owned the home about 3 weeks, and it's immaculate.
All right, but that still doesn't give me a proposed
I can't hear
reduction
you,
number.
I'm sorry.
What is the number you want it reduced to?
What is the what?
The number you want it reduced to?
200?
Okay, that won't fly, but okay.
A house in foreclosure auction?
I bought the house in foreclosure, and when I talked to the bank, They told me everything was taken care of because it was a VA loan. He was a veteran, and he was in his 80s, and that's why it took them a little longer to proceed with it, because they give the veteran the benefit of the doubt. The gentleman died first, and then his wife died, and they were trying to find, that's why it says estate, they were trying to find other family members, because they're supposed to give a veteran more time before they can take the home from them. But they were, unfortunately, they did not make it. They were in their 80s.
Yeah, I guess I'm just wondering, I mean, she bought it without doing a title search, and now she's coming in saying that the village's lien is of.
The bank told me
no
everything
good.
was taken care of. I relied on somebody, and when I seen the house, there was no problem. And I was told that all these things were taken care of.
Well, they were
way back.
taken care of.
I can't
but
hear you good,
they
I'm
were-
sorry.
The violations were taken care of, but the lien still existed on the property.
Nobody, because when they had the hearing, they weren't able to come because they weren't alive. They had a hearing last year set for them, but nobody was able to make it because the couple was dead, unfortunately.
Okay, what's the village's number?
Housing reduction, but this is a buyer beware issue, not a village issue, and it's not the resident's problem that the property owner bought it without doing a title search. But we would be willing to reduce it to $2,060.44 payable by July 8th.
206044 by 7/8. I'll do that. $2,060.44 by July
I can't hear
8th.
you. I'm sorry, sir?
$2,060.44. Yep. You buy it with all its warts. You
For the
should-
garbage cans being out and stains on the sidewalk? There wasn't like no open permits?
Yep.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Investor
Do I get a piece
beware.
of paper or anything?
You'll get an order probably in a week.
But I want to make sure I get the right, because
Yep.
it's still got her name on there. That's why I need to get a piece of paper.
Email the code officer.
Okay, thank you.
All right,
right.
next
Next, please.
21-0953, 217 Parkwood Drive, Julie A. Curiel.
The fine mitts always show up.
They request these hearings.
Oh, sorry, wrong way. Like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, fine mitigation request. Exhibit 2, order assessing fine. Exhibit 3, verification ownership. Exhibit 4, affidavit of compliance.
Okay. And the amount of the fine, just for fun?
$1,325.
All right. Tell us who you are.
Can you turn them?
Curiel, 217 Parkwood Drive South.
All right, Julie, you're going to spell your last name for us.
IEL.
Julie Curiel. And your position with CubeSmart? Or next one down? Sorry, I'm down. I'm skipping here. 1325. All right, so you're 217 Parkwood. Fence permit expired.
Yep.
All right. What happened with your permit?
Oh, long story.
Go ahead.
My ex-husband planned to put in a fence, and we ended up divorcing. I was pregnant with my son. That's Exhibit A.
Okay.
This was during
Some sympathy. Okay.
No, this was during COVID, so I was in my last month. I was high risk. We were divorced. I was a single mom, couldn't get here. Then I had him, and I got here, and I believe I was able to close out the permit in March. After I had him, and I was better. Oh my God.
Hold it back and get scared.
More sympathy. I like this. This is good.
He's going to make sure you see the Exhibit A.
It's fine, because this is working. So,
Does she have a number?
How much was the fine?
$13.25.
Anything you can reduce it by.
See, look at this, self-deprecating with Exhibit A. And what does the Mean Village want?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't put in the fence. I think I was with him when we did the permit
So you didn't even put up the fence?
No.
We'll leave this one to you. These ones, the fine amount, our number is slightly below that, so this one is squarely in your lap, Special Magistrate, with all due respect. And as I always do, just recall that we do have to release liens going forward, so there are still more costs.
Of course, but we got Exhibit A here, so you're losing.
One, too.
100 by 7/8. That won't even cover their costs of removing the lien.
I'm sorry,
$100 by 7/8. Good story. Go away.
178 or 178
$100
cents?
by July 8th.
Oh, by July 8th, okay.
Pick up Exhibit A and run away.
So much.
By then, because you can't come back, so it'll revert back.
And he said $100, did I hear correctly? Wow, thank,
You get an order that has that number on it.
do I pay that here?
But you have to wait till you get the order.
When will I get the order?
Week.
Next week, okay. All right, thank you.
Got it.
To translate, I think someone needs help.
Okay.
Thank you.
Be helpful to the others. I mean,
Good thing
what
she
more
didn't say
can we
that
do?
first. That's
I
a
know,
good-
you've been paying her money.
I forgot my wallet. All right, next case is 23-0563, 103 Prado Street, Stephanie and Tanisha Spencer.
Okay. At least it's another 25, so it won't be that much. All right.
Documents into evidence, Exhibit 1, fine mitigation request, Exhibit 2, order assessing fine, Exhibit 3, verification ownership, Exhibit 4, affidavit of compliance.
Okay.
And the fine amount in this case is $17,600.
Okay. Tell us who you are and tell us why the fine should be reduced.
My name is Joel McDowell.
I'm Gabrielle Charbonnet.
We are actually the new owners, and I spoke to you last week, Margaret. I have the documents that we did purchase a property a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
Yes, okay.
And I know ownership changed.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
And you're from one company and she's from the other?
Correct.
Can you testify to that as well, please?
Yes, Joel
Which company
McDowell with
you're
the Legion
from?
Property Group.
I'm Gabrielle Charbonnet, representing Apex 95.
And Your Honor, we purchased this property about 3 weeks ago, and the previous owner was in a financial hardship. They did have this fine, and I reviewed their violation hearing, and they were in an insurance dispute, which is the reason that the fines accrued. And you did mention to them in the hearing that the reason you didn't give them extra time was because they didn't show up to their first hearing. So the fines did accrue, but they were in an insurance dispute. Unfortunately, the insurance did not cover the roof damage, so they took the tarp off, which made it go into compliance, but obviously at that time, the fines did continue to accrue. It was a situation to where with the condition of the property and the financial situation, they were facing pre-foreclosure that they were not able to afford to fix the roof. So we did agree, and we were in understanding that there was a lien on there. We did agree to purchase it with the lien, obviously coming in to do a lien mitigation request. And, it was a situation to where if, they were not able to do it, but the reason that it did accrue was because of the insurance dispute.
All right, so you guys did you purchase it in foreclosure? Did you purchase it from a bank?
Foreclosure yet. It was through an agent that they had that brought it to our attention.
Okay, so you knew there was a lien on the property?
Yes, sir.
And you were going to roll the dice on what the lien would be?
Yes, because just their foreclosure situation, they were not netting.
Very brave, but okay.
Do.
That's not going to help in this situation because you are not the homeowner, you are the investors.
Yeah.
You're a different class of Exhibit A.
And the reason we did decide to do that was because they were not, and I have the closing statement, they were not netting much. So a $17,000 hit for them to pay that off would have been
Well, that was a business decision you and they made, not really the village. All right, do you have a proposed amount?
Our proposed amount would be 10%, $1,760.
All right, and what does the village say?
Told, and you're here so you can defend yourselves, but the village was told by the previous property owners that you instructed them not to come to the hearing.
That is not true.
Okay, that's what we were told. So I just
We were-
wanted the magistrate to understand that.
No, because we were in contact with the owner personally after the fact that we purchased it. There was a middle person, which was their agent. And I have the lien search too, when it came up, they advised us that this was coming up, and then I actually called the village to find out the process, and then that's when I said, okay, well, we'll apply for the mitigation hearing. But we wouldn't, I mean,
Right, but
we weren't at- we
the
were on
previous owner was on last month's hearing for a fine mitigation and didn't show up and said they were told not to come.
Last month?
Yeah. Yeah, they were trying to reduce the fine last
In
month.
March.
Was not told to me. Because I even called and I spoke to somebody, and whoever I spoke to was a lady on the phone, and she told me it was already in compliance, and that's how I found out it was in compliance.
Right, well, it was in compliance for, since December of '25, it came into compliance.
Exactly, and that's when I thought it was not in
Mr.
compliance.
Spencer had applied for the fine mitigation hearing in March, and he didn't show up. And then after the hearing, prior to this one, he came in and said that he was under contract and he was told not to show up to the fine mitigation hearing. And I didn't like that because he could have saved money.
No, of course. and
Because
that's
I
the
don't
thing.
know how
Well,
much money you held
we didn't hold anything.
out of contract
We didn't hold
to
anything.
pay the fine.
Nothing. And I have the closing statement here. The only thing that was held back was because he needed 5 days extra because he needed the money to move. So we held money back, but that was already released to him because he left within 5 days. If I knew that, I wouldn't have, I would have said, hey, hold some money back to reduce the fine, but that was not told by me at all.
All right, well, that being said, me being notified,
Bit of information, so I wanted to make sure the magistrate was aware, because
Hey,
people
now,
typically,
sir.
as you just said to me 5 minutes ago, fine mitigation people show up to the hearing. So last month,
Yeah,
you recall, they didn't show up, and that's not typical, so.
worried about case number 25-673 above that.
Just
They're
came
here,
late.
okay, good.
So
All right, so what's the village's number?
we're not opposing reduction. Again, the statute doesn't say a blanket reduction to 10%. This was, as you said, a business decision. They decided to pursue their litigation against the insurance company and not fix the problem. So that's a decision that the prior owners made, but we're not opposing reduction. We'd be willing to reduce it to $4,472.90 payable by July 8th.
Done. 447290 by 78.
Thank you, guys. We appreciate it.
15-6. All right, which gets us up to number 13, lucky number 13, the cube people. Is that one?
We're going to go back to the beginning of the agenda. 'cause
Now, are there, yeah, that's what I was going to ask, because I know at least those two are new. No, stay where you are. Everyone stay where you are. Siéntate, everybody. All right, we're just going to swear you in. Does everyone, raise your right hand. Everybody, does everyone swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Say, I do. Everyone does. Cool. All right, we're re-sworn. Where are we going?
Page 2.
Okay.
Bottom violation hearings, 26-0066, 1450 McDermott Lane, Rainier, Uloa.
Number 13, okay.
-22-105.5, an expired permit, permit number 25-1542, an electrical permit expired. I was informed of the violation on 2/5/26. The notice of violation, notice of hearing was sent certified mail on 2/6/26 and posted. Would like to submit the following documents to evidence. Exhibit 1 is a notice of violation, notice of hearing with an affidavit of service. Exhibit 2 is verification of ownership, and Exhibit 3 is the permit information.
Okay.
That's okay. Can you, I need their names for the record.
Rainier. R-A-I-N-I-E-R.
You're the property owner, Ramirez? We have your name. Okay.
Is she going to speak, the lady?
No.
Okay.
We're not concerned then. Okay.
So I'll say it to you, I'll pause, and then you can translate, and then we'll do it that way. So these are the exhibits that the village would like to enter into the record. Exhibit 1 is the affidavit of service for the notice of violation and notice of hearing.
So this is what you mailed to him?
No, it was posted to the door. So this
Okay.
is an affidavit saying that it was posted to the door because we got it back returned.
Ok, te mandaron esto, pero se regresó porque no...
That's notice of hearing. Next page is notice of violation. Notice of violation.
Porque esto te lo mandaron por correo, pero se fue regresado. Entonces, esto te lo pusieron en la puerta.
So it was posted to their door.
Me digan que por lo que estoy aquí es porque supuestamente un electricista vino a hacerme un trabajo y no había cerrado el permiso.
Ok, permíteme un momentico.
We'll get to that.
Did you
Yep,
have
we'll
anything
get to
else?
that.
Okay,
Yep.
un momentico.
Exhibit 2, and then he can say to the magistrate all that. Exhibit 2 just shows that he owns the property.
Yeah.
Ujú, que eres el dueño.
And Exhibit 3 is the village's permit information printout, showing what permits have been issued.
Y
Does he
la
have,
copia del permiso.
does he have any objection to these documents being entered into the record?
¿Tú tienes algún... ¿No estás de acuerdo con nada de esto o si estás de acuerdo?
All right, admitted without objection. 4.5 years of Spanish. All right, what was the permit for? Electrical?
Electrical.
All right, replacing meter lugs. What's a meter lug? The wires actually get screwed in. See, I got to learn. Okay, important stuff. All right. Was the work done?
Y reabrieron el permiso.
He said the work was done and then a new permit was opened.
Can we look at that?
Yeah.
Cool. He'll be fine. No, you can, I've heard enough. He'll be fine. All right, so they've extended the permit, the works, well, they're going to extend the permit. And when the extension is granted, because we probably don't see any reason why it shouldn't be, they should be able to just final it? All right, so tell them it's likely that their extension will be granted. Tell them that. They're going to need to get it inspected when it's done. Oh,
Okay, let me break that up.
yeah, break that into
Okay,
pieces.
So the first part was, what again?
The electrical contractor's license expired
El contratista, la licencia.
with Royal Palm Beach.
Oh, yeah.
All right, he needs to re-establish, what's the word? He needs to renew his documents. How much is that? It's like really cheap, right?
It's free for contractors.
Okay.
It doesn't cost a minute anything.
El contratista tiene que renovar con la ciudad, sí.
And it's gratis, no charge, so.
And it's, no le cobran nada.
And then he can call in for the inspection. Okay, and they will give you until May 28th?
April 30th, or
Yeah, let's give them a little bit longer just because of the
how about 5:10 before the 5:13 hearing?
5:10, 5:13 is wonderful. It gives,
When he renews the permit, he's done with us.
okay?
But in order to keep from having another issue, he wants to make sure it gets inspected. He'll have 6 months to do that.
Okay, but he needs to get the contractor to renew by May 10th.
El contratista tiene que renovar con la ciudad antes de mayo 10. Okay. ¿Querías decir algo?
No, está bien.
¿Seguro?
Sí.
And then you need to call for an inspection.
Y después, ¿por qué no puedes tener la inspección hasta que él no haga la renovación con la ciudad?
Okay. And them that the electrical contractor or renewal is free? Okay, great. Okay. So 510, 513, 25? Granted. So he hasn't, tell him that. 510, 513.
Is there a date for you said 6 months for the inspection?
Yeah.
Have it done anytime within 6 months. He just has to have it renewed. But as soon as it does get renewed,
Call.
he wants to have that inspection done because contractors' certifications and licenses and everything, they expire at different times. So like the general liability could expire next month.
Okay.
And then he won't be able to schedule.
Okay.
So it's just, as soon as it's done, just, if the work's been done, get the inspection.
Al momento que tenga la renovación de la ciudad, manda para la inspección porque ellos tienen diferentes expiraciones.
I didn't have my mic on again.
La cosa se le puede expirar.
I didn't have my mic on when I was talking.
All right, and then tell them
No, okay.
they'll get an order in the mail.
¿Y le van a mandar algo por correo, la orden?
Okay.
¿Seguro que no tienen?
No, no, ya, voy a ver el contratito.
Digo que hay que verlo con...
Para que active permiso con la ciudad.
Okay, we all good?
Yeah.
All right, 510, 513, 25, granted. I found service via posting.
Thank you. Translating. All right, we're going to top of page 4, case 26-0132, 11925 Southern Boulevard, CL Cypress Key Shops, FL LLC.
All right.
Code section 2349A6, 2629, 26-31, 26-32, D6, and 26-73B3. Storing vehicle in required parking area, removal and relocation of vegetation violating the site plan. I observed the violation on 2/17/26. The notice of violation, notice of hearing was sent certified mail on 2/17/26 and returned. I'd like to submit the following documents and evidence. Exhibit 1 is a notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2 is a verification of ownership, and Exhibit 3 are the pictures.
Okay. Your name, sir?
Good evening. My name's Jeffrey Barker.
Okay.
I'm here on behalf of the owner, the property owner.
All right.
Special Magistrate, if I could just explain the picture on 311, you can see the hedges were pushed back and they put base rock.
Let's do the documents before we get
Okay.
into that.
Thank you.
Yes.
So the exhibits that the village would like to enter into the record, Exhibit 1 is the notice of hearing, notice of violation, the signed certified mail that the village got back. Exhibit 2 is verification of ownership showing who owns the property.
Yes.
Exhibit 3, dated photographs of the violation. Any objection to these documents being entered?
No.
Thank you.
All right, admitted without objection. Signed green card for service. Is that a deuce and a half?
I think you might be right.
Probably am. Being a 50-year Jeep owner, I tend to notice these things. Actually, I take it back. It's only been 48 years. We have a oversized military-ish vehicle that's backed over into the hedges, and they've created additional room for the third set of wheels.
Yeah, the truck still was being stored there, but you can see they relocated the hedges back. They removed that base rock. They put new sod over there, so it's just a matter of finalizing the vegetation permit. As far as the truck goes, as you can see, it was here this morning for over an hour, being stored in a required parking space.
Well, it's not the required parking space, it's the required space beyond the parking space that's the problem, I would think, right?
This is a truck or a vehicle that's affiliated with one of the businesses, so
Oh,
it's,
it's Mission, right?
right.
Done the Mission thing before. They had it out front, and it was sticking out. So they moved it around back, and it's sticking out the other way.
So I think there's
No,
two,
that is a
two
permit.
separate violations, or, oh,
Yes, there's, go ahead.
One case with two different violations.
okay,
So,
so in reference to the landscaping, I have emails from yesterday that said that the landscaping permit was updated and revised to include the hedges, and that work has been done, so now I think the only thing we need to do is call for an inspection.
the permit just needs to be obtained and finalized. So I see that the hedges were relocated back to the landscaping plan, but the last time I checked the status of the permit, which was this morning, it was still in plan check.
The email I have from yesterday afternoon from Diane Burden says, "The revision for the shrubs has been approved under the same permit. Please let us know when it's ready for inspection."
Okay, if it's been approved, maybe there's just a delay in the input, but when I saw it in AS400, it still said PC,
Sure,
which means plan
yeah.
check.
We're almost halfway through our problems here then, with the landscaping. Then we have the problems with the parking. What's the rest of it?
Well, the problem is that the vehicle is being stored on the property, and the code section cited in the violation, it's not allowed to be stored there, and it's not obviously fitting into the parking space, so it's been a reoccurring issue for a while.
All right, so assuming that you have fixed the vegetation part, talk to me about the storing the vehicle part.
Again, on behalf of the landlord, they're trying to work this out with the tenant in a way that, if there's a way that can be done that meets the code, that's what they wanted to see. And if there's no way to have the vehicle parked on site in a parking spot, then the landlord's going to have to notify the tenant that it can't be there. So one of the things we're trying to figure out is which code section says that they can't have a vehicle parked in a parking spot.
2349A6, which is the very first code on the agenda here. And your tenant knows this? This has already been to hearing once before, and they've received a fine for it previously.
I know I think the hearing was an hour long.
So which part of A6 are we saying that they're in violation of is what I'm trying to understand.
I can read it verbatim for you. Required parking or loading areas shall not be made available for parking of vehicles by owners, shall be made available for parking of vehicles by owners, residents, customers, patrons, visitors, and employees. Required parking and loading areas shall not be used for the following manner: to store operative and inoperative vehicles. So that vehicle stays there all day as an advertising mechanism. It's not, an employee isn't driving that in and out of there for work. It's an advertising mechanism that's stored, and that's the violation.
Yeah, I think they said they were going to move it off-site or somewhere last time.
See the garbage bags on the truck? It says Mission Barbecue on the side of the truck, but they covered it up with bags. So this is a well-known part of Mission Barbecue. They have this at most
It's
of
an
their
icon, I
locations.
understand that
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
some,
so-
yeah, I was just trying to find if there's a way that, if there was a big black truck just parked there, in that and of itself is a violation, and I'm not seeing that it is what I'm trying to.
Well, they're saying that if you
Yes.
don't have a person moving that vehicle in and out and you're just storing it there, it's a violation.
Right. So there's semis and campers and all kinds of different vehicles that'll go to the Walmart parking lot.
Sure.
And they'll park in spaces there. That's a violation for Walmart. They have to have those vehicles and get them towed out of there. The people cannot just park them there. If they are patrons that are parked there to go into the store, or they are workers that are there, those vehicles are not stored there. They're not staying overnight. They're moving in and out during the day. So those parking spaces, if everybody decided to park a vehicle there, you wouldn't have any parking for any of your patrons or for your customers, right? So
Okay.
that's really what it's for. And, as to whether or not you can get some type of variance for that, I don't believe you're going to be able to, but it's not park it there and we'll see if we get cited and then we'll try to do something. They really should have it off-site and try to get the approval. And I think they've already talked to planning and zoning. I could be wrong, but I think they've already talked to planning and zoning and they were told, no, they can't have that vehicle there.
I apologize because we were trying to get a hold of the tenant and coordinate with that, but we were not able to do that prior to the meeting. So has this come before the
Oh, yeah.
Fine on
the
this.
specific vehicle? Like,
At this specific, actually, this specific vehicle with this specific tenant, except it was in the front parking lot, not in the back parking lot.
This is in the
Or,
front.
it was in
This is the front as well.
Actually, it was in the front
This
parking
is
lot.
the fourth
by
hearing on this vehicle.
By the store, not there across from it. But yeah, it's been there and it's been a problem and they know it.
if I may, what was the sort of the result last time that
They said they're,
fines, or was there,
they were fine.
Fined.
This is the third time. First it came for
Fourth.
regular violation, then a repeat violation, and then today.
We had it at hearing. They demanded a hearing that you were present at.
Okay,
We
yeah.
brought it back for another hearing. Then it came back for a repeat violation, and then we're here today. It's the fourth hearing on this.
trying to be argumentative at all? I'm just trying to get
You
up
were,
to speed
you
a
weren't,
little
the-
bit
you
on-
weren't their original attorney who was very aggressive.
No, and the only reason this is not a repeat violation is because the plaza has sold, so the ownership is different.
Okay.
Okay, that was one of my questions, like, because normally if it's come before, you don't even have to start the whole process over, you just start the clock over on that's what I was trying to ask.
Yes, and we had a very lengthy hearing, and there was discussion about having a storage area, resite planning. I think the hearing was over an hour.
Okay.
When the attorney was
And
here.
there
It
were at
was
least
very, very long.
3 or 4 people from Mission
Right. The court
Council,
reporter, I think, yeah.
council, a district guy, a regular guy, and someone else. Yeah, it was a long thing. I get paid by the hour. It was fine. So, but yeah, everyone understood that vehicle did not need to be there
Okay.
because it was an issue. And, it's like, I know we take it out for weddings and we do catering and stuff, but it really needs to be parked off-site. Probably even told them about the village's parking lot over by Costco or whatever, but it needed to be off-site somewhere. And I guess they've decided that they didn't want to do that.
So, again, as the representative of the property owner, I'm not really in the position to say that, hey, we'll have the truck on tomorrow, because it's not under
No,
my...
and
So-
we'll give you a little bit of time, but
Where do we go from here is what I'm...
you need to talk to your tenant and say, look, I don't like being dragged into hearings that you've already done 2 or 3 times.
Right.
Then that's the problem.
Okay.
Everyone here, except him, who was missing, I think, one time, so we had to continue it,
Sure.
was here for every one of these, and, I've eaten there, it's not bad, but
I'm sure it's great.
it's okay. It's not great. It's okay. I mean, I still want to go to Austin, but it was okay. It was fine.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with the product, the interior. It was the truck that they wanted to keep out front for advertising.
I perfectly get it. It's an icon kind of a vehicle, so it's...
Yeah, it's icon, but unfortunately, it's very iconic in length.
Right.
So it does not fit into a standard spot, and then they don't move it, and that's the problem. If they had a wedding reception every day, it'd be lovely, but it sits. So it is storage, basically.
And the cones don't help any argument against that.
They're protecting the icon.
But we went through quite a long discussion about this, but it's unfortunate. We understand it's a branded thing. We get it, but it just can't be parked in the parking spaces that are required for the patrons. That's not the intent of the parking code. That's not the intent of the site plan. I understand they want to keep it, but that's not, it's going to continue to be a problem if they continue to keep it there.
So what are the dates you propose?
4:30, comply by 4:30, or appearance at the 5:13 fine hearing, or $25 a day fine.
Yep. So they need to find it a home by 4:30 or,
That's the date the fines would start?
They would start the next day.
it's
You have up
for
until 11:59.
January, February, March, April, yeah, the first of May was when they would start.
Wife laughs at me when I do that.
You know, it works.
Let them sing their little songs about the months and the rhyming, because they can do that. We'll just count our knuckles and we're good.
Just count our knuckle. I mean, you know, how a bill becomes a law. I remember those. Schoolhouse Rock. That was good stuff.
Anything
All right.
else?
No, you're good.
Thanks so much.
Take
Did I miss that?
service via sign green card. I'm surprised they weren't here. All right.
I'm going to drive by on the way here to get it, but the rainstorm made me late, and so I barely got here as it was. So I think
Yeah.
I'll go home. I'll go that way and see it on my way out.
Just make sure you don't hit the cones. All right. Who's next, please?
Circled that one, it didn't catch my eye. Top of page, second one down on page 5, 26-0060, 258 La Mancha Avenue, Scott and Lise Patak.
Code section 06190A1, the structure being stained. I observed this violation on 2/5/26, sent out notice of violation, notice of hearing on 2/6/26, and I got the green card was signed on 2/10/26. Like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership. Exhibit 3, picture. Exhibit 4, affidavit of compliance.
Okay. He says he has a hard time hearing, so we'll talk loud.
You go talk loud.
What is your name?
Scott Patak.
Thank you. These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter into the record. Exhibit 1
Okay.
is the notice of violation,
Mm-hmm.
notice of hearing for tonight's hearing,
Okay.
signed certified mail, signed, looks like maybe by your wife.
It's my wife, yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Exhibit 2 is verification of ownership, showing that you own the property.
Mm-hmm.
Exhibit 3 is a photograph of the violation.
Mm-hmm.
And Exhibit 4, affidavit of compliance, showing that you've complied.
Okay.
Any objection to these documents being entered into the record?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
All right. Seeing that this is a violation hearing, is this just a finding of fact? All right, signed green card for service, finding of fact is granted. They're saying that they sent you a violation notice, but you fixed it, so you're good.
Can you hear that?
Not a problem. Yeah, go right ahead.
So what he's saying is that you were in violation, you complied, but you didn't comply by the time that we specified in the notice.
Okay.
So we call it a finding of fact. What it means is you were in violation, you've corrected it,
Yeah.
but what you need to know is don't do it again for 5 years, because we can get you on repeat violation. So you are being found in violation, but you've complied out. So everything is good, but you'll get an order that says you were in violation.
Very good.
Okay?
Mitty, tell him the house looks very nice, too.
And she says your house looks very nice.
Thank you. My wife's happy.
They usually are.
Thank you, sir.
All right, got 2 groups left.
Now we're on to the bottom of 6, right? Yes. 26-0143, 133 South State Road 7, Steak and Shake Operations, Inc.
Code section 06190A5, the sidewalk is stained and lifted. I observed this violation on 2/18/26, sent out notice of violation, notice of hearing on 2/19/26. I posted it to the property. I also sent it to the contractor, I believe, email. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing, affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures.
Your name, sir?
With the contractor.
What's your last name?
Persad.
And you're the contractor?
They just gave it to us, so we're trying to fix, we're going to fix the problems. We just want to know exactly if you guys want the sidewalk that's raising, if you guys want it to be taken out and redone, or you guys want it to be grind down.
We'll get to all of that. Let's do the quick part first, the documents. These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter into the record. Exhibit 1 is the affidavit of service for the notice of violation. The notice of hearing for tonight's hearing. Exhibit 2 is verification of ownership showing who owns the property. Exhibit 3 is dated photographs of the violations. Any objection to these documents being entered? Thank you.
All right, admitted without objection. We have service via posting. We have typical moldy-looking Florida sidewalks, because that's what happens in Florida.
Being pressure clean.
Just finished doing all of mine, and then I sprayed them with pool bleach, and now rain. So they will mold again, and I'll get to do it again next year. All right, what do you want them to do with the sidewalks, other than clean them?
Oh, goodness, what I do, I hit the button. Where'd it go? They need to be cleaned, and they need to be repaired. So there's a spot up here that looks like it's cracked or broken, that needs to be repaired. If you need to replace it, it does require a permit. This, the same thing, it's lifted, so you probably have a tree root here that you're gonna have to root prune. And then depending on the severity, sidewalks are typically about 4 inches thick. So if you can safely grind it to where the sidewalk is still in good condition to, with, hold somebody driving over it or something without it cracking more, then yes, you can grind it. But if it's too severe, again, you would have to remove it with a permit and replace it. So it depends on the severity of it.
Okay, we're just asking for time because Steak and Shake, they're going to replace it. So we just want to have time to be able to pull the permit and replace it, if that's okay.
For compliance by 5/28 or appearance at the 6/10 fine hearing or $25 a day fine, so that should be plenty of time.
Yeah.
So 5/28.
28's your get your permit and get going date. Okay, and might as well clean it while you're at it.
Yeah, they started pressure cleaning it already. It's already been, I think, pressure cleaned if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think I have a Steak and Shake
Not
gift
as of
card.
yesterday.
So
That's the
they're
photo.
supposed to start, but the rain kind of probably messed them up.
I've got a Steak and Shake gift card with I think $1.12 on it, and I checked it, and it's still good.
Yeah,
They don't cancel them. It's great, but I don't know if I'll ever stop by again. But I got that card. All right, 5/28, 6/10, 25 granted, service via posting.
Thank you.
And then we have, last but not least, brother,
Hearings.
CubeSmart.
25-0673, 1201 North State Road 7, CubeSmart LP, PTA CS 720.
Okay, your name, sir?
Daniel Suarez.
And what's your relation to CubeSmart?
District Manager.
Okay.
And the fine amount in this case, Special Magistrate, is $7,150.
7150, okay. All right, the question I ask everyone, why should the fine be reduced?
Well, first things first, I do acknowledge that this has been an ongoing issue, as Andrew and I have discussed. There's two separate issues we have with this violation that was recent. It was with the debris, largely due to some of the homeless encampment that we've been battling at this location, and then the vegetation removal where we had a pine tree that needed to be removed. My ask is, well, first things first, I acknowledge that it has been an ongoing issue. We've been proactive. We have spent quite a bit of funds since I became aware of this issue. I'm really more just asking for clarification because I'm relying a little bit on, I guess, the trust between the landscapers that applied for the permit, because they were telling me that they applied for the vegetation removal permit around the end of November. And every time I asked for updates, they kept saying, well, it's pending, it's pending, it's pending. And then, yeah, I know. So I don't know if I have the permit number. I don't know if you have it in your records of when the actual application was applied. I know it was approved on January 29th.
He wants to know if his...
Because I need to know if I need to hold them accountable for some of this time frame as well.
Well, we're looking it up.
What, do you have a number?
No, she's looking it up. It's just computers are the fastest.
Oh, yeah, permit number, I got 26-150, sorry. Yeah, or maybe it's 25, sorry, 25150. Yeah. Ooh, okay, so that explains a lot. Maybe it is 26150.
We'll find out. Because vegetation removal permits are usually free.
And the reason why I asked too, because I still take ownership, we're still taking ownership, obviously, of the debris and stuff. What the problem was is, you know, after our hearing, when I first came to light of this, was in November, I believe, immediately we spent close to $4,000 to have that area cleaned out. But then by the time the landscapers got the approval to cut the tree down, we had to revisit cleaning out that homeless camp as well. And we're being proactive. We're working on allocating funds for hopefully a permanent solution on putting a gate, which obviously we'll entertain when we'll cross that bridge when it comes. But
The permit was applied for January 16th. Well, the application was signed.
Okay.
January 16th, 2026.
Gotcha, okay,
When it actually came in, somewhere right around that.
interesting, okay.
In November, they applied for it.
And
The correct statement of fact.
that was kind of
How's
my,
that for being polite?
okay, understood.
So,
150.
Okay, so I was right the first time, okay, understood.
all right, so you have a $7,150 fine. You may have had somebody misrepresent some status to you. What do you think the fine should be?
And you know, similar to what, you know, one of your first cases came up with, I know I inquired about it earlier a couple weeks ago. I know in my experience with a couple other municipalities, there was some sort of stipulation agreement. I'm aware that's not a possibility, at least in this jurisdiction. But I was hoping at least if we can meet halfway with the total fine, at least that'll help recover some of the costs of having to clean this out.
That's not, what's the village's number?
So you don't hear us do this often, but this was started by PBSO. Although it says on your agenda, litter and trash around the property, what the actual problem was a homeless encampment that went on for quite a bit of time and was a serious problem for PBSO and for the people who live pretty close to this facility. So we are actually opposing mitigation in this case because of the severity of the violation. And the tree and the permit is one thing, but getting the people out and keeping the property clean of all, I mean, there was, I think the code officer can testify, but the things I heard were large, like shopping carts, tents. It wasn't like little cans of Coke or, you know, it was significant debris.
It was a homeless encampment.
It impacted our customers as well, right? We had break-ins, damage to our fire safety doors, things of that nature, which we had to fix expeditiously. So, you know, and it was a strain on our teammates as well, because, you know, but, you know, my hands are tied to certain budget constraints as well, and I think now they're starting to realize that, hey, I can only bark so much, and you know, we're working on allocating some of those funds to hopefully resolve that in the future as well.
I'll take off $1,000 for the tree, because at least that was done. We'll make it 6150 by 7/8. That way the village gets most of their requests, because it shouldn't be a homeless encampment there.
Okay. And look out for the order sometime next week.
Yes, sir.
For your help, guys.
Back to the beginning.
Give me a minute, or give me actually like 3 minutes to go use the facilities.
to page 1, fine assessment hearings, case 25-0765, 11700 Okeechobee Boulevard, 11700 Okeechobee Boulevard, LLC.
I'd like to enter those following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, order granting continuous and setting fine assessment hearing. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures.
All right, signed green card equals service. Let me look at a picture. They had someone here last time. Didn't care, huh? Okay, what do you want?
This was out of compliance for 2 days, so we're asking for a fine of $50 and continuing.
50 plus continuing is granted.
25-0766, 100 Civic Center Way, 100 Civic Center, LLC.
I'd like to enter those following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, order granting continuance and setting fine assessment hearing. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures.
You seem to have a rash of fading stripes. Okay, you have service via green card. What would you like?
This one was also out of compliance for 2 days, so fine of $50 and continuing.
All right, granted. Next
Thank you.
one, Sparrow.
101, 129 Sparrow Drive, Shabbat Jewish Center of RPB, Inc.
I'd like to enter those following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, order finding violation affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures. Exhibit 4, AS 400, permit information.
So the guy showed up last time, right? Not this time.
Nope.
Okay, what would you like? You have service via posting.
Compliance for 13 days at $25 a day, so $325
plus
and
continuing
continuing.
is granted.
Violation hearings 26-0029, 859 Hibiscus Drive, Mercepper, Banton.
We did that. 325 plus continuing is granted. Service via posting.
Code Section 15-132 and 15-142 and 6-22-108.4. Bare spots in the front yard, pavers without a permit. I observed the violation on 121-26. Notice of violation, notice of hearing is sent certified mail on 122-26 in return. I'd like to submit the following documents to evidence. Exhibit 1 is the notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2 is verification ownership. Exhibit 3 are the pictures, and Exhibit 4 is the affidavit of compliance.
Okay, so what would you like with this one? You have a signed green card for service.
Please. 26-0036, 131 Alcazar Street, Stephen Joseph and Kayla Marie Rogers.
6-19815H, stained walkway, sidewalk, and driveway, closed storm shutters. I observed the violation on 127-26, and notice violation, notice of hearing sent certified mail on 127-26 and returned. I'd like to submit the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1 is a notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2 is verification ownership. Exhibit 3 are the pictures.
In the crime-ridden La Mancha neighborhood, we have all these protective devices. You have a signed green card. They shouldn't have a storm shutter up. What would you like?
And that should be Kayla Marie Rogers Callahan. Code Section 06190H, which is the closed storm shutters, is a finding of fact.
Okay.
The other outstanding violations, compliance by 4:30 or appearance at the 5:13 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
Granted. Finding of fact on 6190H as well.
Thank you. 26-0051, 108 Santiago Street, Chantal Alexis Alley and Ted Alley.
6-19815 and 12-4C, stained structure, sidewalk, driveway, and driveway apron. I observed the violation on 2/2/2026. The notice of violation, notice of hearing was sent certified mail on 2/2/26 and posted. I'd like to submit the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1 is a notice of violation, notice of hearing with an affidavit of service. Exhibit 2 is the verification of ownership. Exhibit 3 are the pictures, and Exhibit 4 is an affidavit of compliance.
All right, service via posting, finding of fact?
Yes, sir.
Granted.
26-0068, 11001 Southern Boulevard, IVT Southern Royal Palm Beach, 1031 LLC.
Code Section 50. Okay, Code Section 15-132 and 6-198C.
This one.
Oh, Southern. Oh, out of order.
You're out of order.
Okay. 68. 6-22-105.5, expired permits, permit number 25-1429, permit number 14-1451, 25-1480, and 25-1482 are expired. I was informed of these violations on 2/5/26. A notice of violation, notice of hearing was sent certified mail on 2/6/26 and returned. I'd like to submit the following documents and evidence. Exhibit 1 is the notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2 is verification of ownership. And Exhibit 3 is the AS 400 permit information.
All right, sign green card equals service. I hope the marshal sign is really pretty.
We're asking for compliance by 4:30 or appearance at the 5:13 fine hearing or a $100 a day fine.
Well, a big one for Royal Palm Beach. $100 a day is granted compliance by 4:30 or appear at the 5:13 hearing.
6-0082-11001 Southern Boulevard, IVT Southern Royal Palm Beach, 1031 LLC.
Code section 6-22-105.5, expired permit. Permit number 24-1029, mechanical, is expired. The violation on 2/5/26. A notice of violation, notice of hearing was sent certified mail on 2/6/26 and returned. I'd like to submit the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1 is notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2 is verification of ownership, and Exhibit 3 is the permit information.
All right, sign green card equals service. Permit cases are so exciting, I get to look at an AS 400 printout. What would you like here?
Compliance by 4:30 or appearance at the 5:13 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
Granted.
26-0086, 357 River Bluff Lane, Todd and Carly Bartley.
Code section 6-22-105.5. Permit number 25-0332 is expired. It's a permit for remodeling. I was informed of the violation on 2/5/26. The notice of violation, notice of hearing was sent certified mail on 2/6/26 and returned. I'd like to submit the following documents to evidence. Exhibit 1 is a notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2 is verification of ownership. And Exhibit 3 is the permit information.
All right, sign green card equals service. They let them lie about their street. There's no river, there's no bluff. Where is the lane? What would you like? You have a signed green card for service.
Compliance by 4:30 or appearance at the 5:13 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
Granted, I should get a stamp.
26-0088, 577 Peppergrass Run, Nadia L. and Evans Mondalis.
Code section 6-22-105.5. Expired permit, permit number 25-1181 is expired. It's a permit for a patio. I was informed of the violation on 2/5/26. Notice of violation, notice of hearing was sent certified mail on 2/6/26 and return. I'd like to submit the following documents as evidence. Exhibit 1 is a notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2 is verification of ownership, and Exhibit 3 is the permit information.
So does the building department just throw all these things at you? Do you get to yell at Hunter?
Yeah.
All right, you have a signed green card for service. What would you like?
Compliance by 4:30 or appearance at the 5:13 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
Granted. We are consistent.
26-0107, 12953 Palms West Drive, Palms West Hospital, Inc., Ducharme, McMillan and Associates.
Code section 6-22-105.5, permit number 25-1307 is expired. It's a permit for a generator. I was informed of the violation on 2/5/26. A notice of violation, notice of hearing was sent certified mail on 2/6/26 in return. Would like to submit the following documents as evidence. Exhibit 1 is a notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2 is verification of ownership, and Exhibit 3 is the permit information.
All right, you have a signed green card for service. I drive by there. It's either going to be a huge parking lot or a big addition, but there's a lot of land they're playing with. What would you like?
Compliance by 4:30 or appearance at the 5:13 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
Granted.
26-0109, 224 Cypress Trace, Patricia Keith Johnson, and Dwayne Finn and Lamont Finn.
Code section 6-22-105.5, permit number 25-1415 is expired as a roof permit. I was informed of the violation on 2/5/26. A notice of violation and notice of hearing was sent certified mail on 2/6/26 and returned. I would like to submit the following documents to evidence. A notice of violation, notice of hearing is Exhibit 1, verification of ownership, Exhibit 2, pictures, Exhibit 3.
I'd kind of go with the fine. Make the Y and I for the last name. Signed green card equals service. Andrew has all these exciting permit cases. What would you like?
Same thing, compliance by 4:30 or the 5:13 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
Well, it'll be easy to write these orders. Granted.
26-0111, 103 Brookwood Court, Andres Camila Ramirez, Aya, and Aramar D. Quintero.
An actual code enforcement case.
Code Section 15-132 and 6-198-2, basketball hoop in the swale while not in use, driveway not in uniform color, paint is deteriorating. I observed the violation on 2/9/26. A notice of violation, notice of hearing was sent certified mail on 2/9/26 and returned. Would like to submit the following documents into evidence. Notice of violation, notice of hearing, Exhibit 1, verification of ownership, Exhibit 2, pictures, Exhibit 3.
Signed green card equals service. This amazes me. After like 16 years, there's still streets. I don't know. What would you like?
Code Section 15-132, which is the basketball hoop in the swale, is a finding of fact.
Got it.
Code section, we're asking for compliance by 4:30 or appearance at the 5:13 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
People don't realize once you paint a sidewalk or once you paint a driveway, you are painting it forever. I don't think you can remove it without literally sandblasting it off. We've had ladies come in here trying everything. Acid, pressure cleaning, just can't get it off. All right, next case, please.
26-0195, 1365 Savoy Yardway, BAF Assets LLC.
Section 6-19815 and 12-4C, stained walkway, driveway, apron, and sidewalk, garbage can not screened to code. I observed the violation on 2/24/26. The notice of violation, notice of hearing was sent certified mail on 2/24/26 and returned. I'd like to submit the following documents and evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures. Exhibit 4, affidavit of compliance.
Yeah, it's always nice to see the affidavit of compliance first. Signed green card equals service. These people have enough room for their cars. Finding of fact is granted. I'll trade you.
25-0808, 105 Barcelona Drive A, Noli C. and Velma S. Purcell.
Code Section 06190A5. This was originally cited by Anthony on 8/22/25. He sent out the notice of violation, notice of hearing on 8/22/25 and posted it onto the property at 9/22/25. He did not have service, so I had to renotice him with a notice of hearing on 2/6/26 and posted that to the property as well. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Excuse me. Notice of violation, notice of hearing, affidavit of service, notice of hearing and affidavit of service, verification ownership, Exhibit 4, pictures, Exhibit 5, affidavit of compliance.
All right, service via posting, finding fact? Granted.
Yeah.
26-0031, 200 Royal Palm Beach Boulevard, Yellowbird International Corp.
Code Section 2661G, 6195, 622-108.4, 2632, and 2041. Dumpster enclosures are stained and debris on the ground. Exterior storage. Enclosures built in the parking area without permits and approval. Prohibited signage and awning is stained. I observed this violation on 1/23/26. Sent out notice of violation, notice of violation on 1/23/26. Got the green card signed, not dated on 2/2/26. It sent out notice of hearing, certified mail on 2/18/26, and I received that signed on 2/23/26. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation. Exhibit 2, notice of hearing. Exhibit 3, verification ownership. Exhibit 4, pictures.
Oh my God, so many pictures. All right, all kinds of dumpster pics. Signed green card equals service. I like the way Margaret used every bit of space to write her violations here.
And
So
Special
what would you like?
Magistrate, in this case, Code Section 622-108.4, which is the enclosures built in the parking lot without approval and permits, and 2632, which is exterior storage of items, are findings of fact. And in for the remaining code sections, we're asking for compliance by 5/28 or appearance at the 6/10 fine hearing or $50 a day fine.
528, 610, 50 is granted except for 622, 108.4, and 2632.
Thank you.
Finding of fact on those.
Finding of facts of those.
Thank you. 26-0053, 162 Martin Circle, Patricia M. De La Cruz and Furman De Villa Jr.
Code Sections 9-1, installed a new fence without a permit. I observed this violation on 2/4/26, sent out notice of violation, notice of hearing on 2/4/26, Got it signed on 2/9/26. Like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures. Exhibit 4, ES 400 permit. And Exhibit 5, affidavit of compliance.
Okay, so they got a permit after you send them
Yep.
a notice and sign their green card. So is this finding of fact?
Yes.
It is granted.
Thank you.
26-0067-9990 Belvedere Road, Walmart Stores East LP.
Code Section 622-105.5, permit 251573 has expired for low voltage. This was brought to my attention on 2/5/26, sent out notice of violation, notice of hearing on 2/6/26, returned signed on 2/12/26. Like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, AS 400, permit information.
Yeah, Walmart Sautris. Someone spelled stores wrong. You have a signed green card. What would you like?
Compliance by 5/28 or appearance at the 6/10 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
Yeah, they probably don't even know how many permits they have on the stores.
A lot.
A lot. And I looked at it, it's like, oh, Bentonville. Everything goes to Bentonville. All right, next.
26-0073 9200 Belvedere Road, number 212, Anuv LLC.
Code Section 622-105.5, permit 250628 has expired. Electric and mechanical and plumbing. Excuse me. This was brought to my attention on 2/5/26, sent out notice of violation, notice of hearing on 2/6/26, posted to the property. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing, affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, AS 400, permit information. Exhibit 4, affidavit of compliance.
Okay, I was just looking at the AS400 and I saw all these permit extensions. That's why we have an affidavit of compliance.
Yes.
Finding of fact is granted.
Thank you.
And a finding of service.
And the finding of service via posting.
26-0075 184 Sparrow Drive, Grandma's Place, Inc.
Section 622-105.5, permit 242519 has expired for mechanical, roofing, and addition. This was brought to my attention on 2/5/26, sent out notice of violation, notice of hearing on 2/6/26. I got the green card back on 2/17/26. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, AS 400, permit information. Exhibit 4, affidavit of compliance.
Okay. You have service via signed green card. You have an affidavit of compliance.
Finding of fact, please.
Finding of fact is granted. I thought you were talking about the pizza place on across from Walmart, Grandma's Pizza.
This one is on Sparrow. It's where they take care of children.
Did you see what happened to Grandma's Pizza? Dave Portnoy stopped by and gave them a review. He gave them like an 8, which is incredible for Dave. And now they won't even let people sit in the place anymore. They're just doing takeout. I mean, their business went from like barely to overflowed. The power of good social media. All right, next, Walmart.
26-00899990 Belvedere Road, Walmart Stores East LP.
Code Section 622-105.5, permit 25-1191 has expired for a fire alarm low voltage. This was brought to my attention on 2/5/26, sent out notice violation, notice of hearing. On 2/6/26, they signed it on 2/12/26. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, AS 400, permit information.
All right, we have the same signed green card with the same spelling issues. What would you like?
Compliance by 5/28 or appearance at the 6/10 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
Granted.
26-0091 10641 Aquarius Lane, Giselle A. and Kenneth Nunez.
Code Section 9-1622-105.5, permit 251473 for offense has expired. This was brought to my attention on 2/5/26. I sent out a notice of violation, notice of hearing on 2/6/26, and I got the green card on 2/18/26. I'd like to enter those following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, AS 400, permit information.
So we're just waiting for the approval of the extension?
Yep.
All right, well,
Waiting.
give them some time to get them approved. What would you like?
Compliance by 528 or appearance at the 610 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
Go away quickly, granted.
And service.
Service via signed green card.
Thank you. 26-0092, 219 Sandpiper Ave, Cynthia Joarbe.
Code Section 9-1, 622-105.5, permit 251518 has expired for offense. This was brought to my attention on 2/5/26, sent out a notice of violation with a notice of hearing on 2/6/26. They signed it on 2/9/26. I'd like to enter those following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, AS400 permit information.
Signed green card equals service. What would you like?
Compliance by 528 or appearance at the 610 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
Granted.
26-0104, 142 Sparrow Drive B, Marguerite A. Harley.
I got that mixed up.
Did
Are your
Hunter empty out
papers-
all her drawers and throw them all at you?
Papers in order, because mine were messed up.
Let's see.
And then
Yeah, I
189
got a-
Parkwood.
No, I'm at Parkwood right now.
That one goes next.
All right, Sparrow has reemerged on top.
Thank you.
Service
Code
via
Section
posting.
622-105.5, permit 251419 has expired for plumbing. This was brought to my attention on 2/5/26, sent out notice of violation, notice of hearing on 2/6/26, posted it to the property. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing, affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, AS400 permit information.
All right, service via posting, 528, 610, 25. Granted.
Thank you.
26-0114, 189 Parkwood Drive, Alfred Sanchez and Maria A. Hernandez.
Code Section 06190A1D and H and 1557. Driveway is stained, planted areas are not maintained, shutter on door and windows. I observed this violation on 2/10/26, sent out notice of violation, notice of hearing on 2/12/26. It was delivered on 2/14/26. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing, USPS tracking. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures.
Not like a shutter on the gable of their house? That's a weird place for a window.
There's one over the door here, and there's one on this side of the house
Well, I'm
here.
not worried about that one. It's just the one up in the gable. It's like, it's got a vent or ceiling, or I don't know. Whatever it is in violation. You have USPS tracking confirmed for service. What would you like?
On this case, Section 06-0190A, which is the driveway stain, is a finding of fact.
Okay.
For the remaining code sections, we're asking for compliance by 4:30 or appearance at the 5:13 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
435, 1325, granted.
Thank you.
Finding of fact on
And
06190A.
finding of fact on 06190A.
Thank you. 26-0121, 126 La Mancha Avenue, Avelio Rodriguez Quintero and Delmer Rodriguez Alvarez and Gladys Casas Alvarez and Esther L. Alvarez Molina.
Code Section 2318B2, 2317, restricted trailer parked on driveway, parking on and over the sidewalk. I observed this violation on 2/7/26, sent out notice of violation, notice of hearing on 2/12/26. It was signed on 2/19/26. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, picture. Exhibit 4, affidavit of compliance.
Okay, and the question here was, just for me, it's not screened, right?
It cannot be, yeah, it has to be on the side of the house, and with
Okay.
seeing how it's an enclosed trailer, it doesn't have to be screened.
Oh, okay, no screening enclosed?
Parking it on the side,
Wrong location. Okay, I just like to know.
and they're no longer parking over the sidewalk.
Excellent. So signed green card equals service. Finding of fact is granted.
Thank you.
26-0129, 500 Royal Plaza Road, AMG Business Enterprises, LLC.
Code Section 26-75H1, dumpster not in enclosure and dumpsters not screened from view. I observed this violation on 2/12/26, sent out notice of violation, notice of hearing on 2/17/26. It was signed for on 2/19/26. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures.
So close, but yet so far. They just won't get it all the way in. Sign green card equals service. What would you like?
Compliance by 4:30 or appearance at the 5:13 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
See, that's a perfect Jeep thing. Just put it right up to the front bumper and give it a shove. All right, is there anything else to be brought before the magistrate? Is this it?
No, sir.
And we have signed the minutes of the March hearing. She's already stole from me. And here's my last copies. I knew once I opened that bottle of water, I'd start coughing. It's just like, it's just there. And 8:14, we are done.
Thank you.
No, Linda took some.